High School Sports Live is proud to present East Pennsboro Panthers versus the Northern Polar Bears. Tonight's live broadcast is made possible by our key sponsors, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, as well as key community gold sponsors, Giant Foods, Jack Jimballo Family of Dealerships, Huffman Ford, United Rental, Commonwealth Charter Academy, and a special thank you to our community sponsor tonight, the Capital Region Insurance Agency. Hello everybody, I'm Todd McCall along with Archie Smith Jr. and Jerome Presley. Tonight is a colonial matchup. Right away, COVID has done one thing, and that is there is not really a warm-up or a pre-conference game this year, but that's okay. It comes down to players tonight. Everybody happy tonight when we come to the stadium that we're actually even playing football here in what we call Week 2, Week 1 for Northern and East Pennsboro. But it comes down to matchups. And you got to look at center in at first, running back situations, and then the quarterback.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kyle Swartz graduates last year, 2,000 yards, and then he hands the reins over to running back C.J. Wagner. And the key is he ready to be the primary ball carrier? Will this be a situation where it's more running back by committee, or will Wagner have the opportunity to carry the load? And then at quarterback, which we're going to highlight both quarterbacks on both teams, Jordan Heisey had a really good year last year, 997 yards passing and 480 yards rushing, but 22 total touchdowns. So he got in the end zone a lot. So he's going to have to really be called on to have a good game and a good season this year. On the other side, Zachary Ziders for East Pennsboro. He's a senior, but he hasn't had a lot of experience under center, so it's going to be important for him to be able to see what he can do in this offense. And remember, this conference has had a lot of change. East Pennsboro comes from the capital, then you have Susquehanna Township and Mechanicsburg. They come from the Keystone, so this conference has gotten stronger. So you got to see, can he get in there and do what he needs to do? And then you have all running back Jacob Schermeyer, who he's an Iron Man. He does very well on both sides of the ball. Offensively, 596 yards rushing last year, 189 yards receiving. But what he did on the defensive side of the ball is what impressed me. 105 tackles, 10 per game, and 14 tackles for losses. So he has a lot of production on both sides of the field. Iron Man football.
I like the Iron Man football idea. And tonight, I just want to talk a little bit, Archie, as we said and as we just led into this. This is a colonial matchup. You really don't want to go off and start on a Friday night with a loss within your conference. And what does that do for both coaching staffs in terms of preparing for conference matchup?
Well, like you say, I mean, everything is even. The ball play is even. All these teams only had one scrimmage, where they're used to having 2 to 3 scrimmages before they're coming in, not really jumping into league play. But the ball field is equal. Each team had one scrimmage that they was going to have to play against each other. Now we're jumping straight into the division. So each coach is going to find out something about their team before the game is over tonight, guys. And, hey, we're back in the booth, and I'm loving it, and I'm happy to be here. Going to be down on the field. This is going to be a good one tonight, guys.
Well, gradually we're starting to graduate into, look, just as you see, fall foliage almost ready to start setting in. It's football time. Northern York at East Pennsboro. Matchup right after these messages.
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
CCA field trips make learning come alive.
Hoffman Ford wants to trade keys with you. That's right. Give us the keys to your current vehicle, and we'll get you into a brand new Ford with great offers, like up to $13,500 off MSRP on a new Ford F-150 XLT 4x4, or 1.9% financing up to 60 months, plus $9,000 off MSRP. And get top dollar for all trades, no matter what it is. Let's trade keys at Hoffman Ford.
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
Welcome back to East Pennsboro. We have a big colonial matchup. Todd McCall, Archie Smith Jr. And Jerome Presley back to receive his Cruz for Northern. Cruz going to take it left side. He's still on his feet, crossing the 30. And he'll be taken down the backside. A decent return for Cruz. That's Blake Cruz, who we'll see sometime sharing back in the backfield with C.J. Wagner. Northern coming out winning the last matchup. This is 42 matchups, 42 years.
And Northern had a really good year last year. I mean, they were 7-4, 5-1 in conference play. So they made it to the districts, made it to the first round, lost to Governor Mifflin pretty bad, 54-14. But they showed some
pass over the middle, and it's going to be picked off, and that's going to be a big play. Down the sideline is Zachary Ziders. Ziders all the way into the end zone, down to 2, and will he get in? I can't see where I'm at standing. It'll be spotted at the 1-yard line, and already a big turnover from that linebacker. I don't know if he floated back. It happened just as I looked down. Heisey's pass floated over the middle. Man,
yeah, I mean,
great for East Pennsboro.
It looked like Ziders was just playing center field back there. Ball was high. Many times when you see a quarterback throw high like that, the mechanics are off in some way, shape, or form. So we'll see what the call is.
So it's a personal foul against East Pennsboro. Let's look at the floating pass. Heisey floats at Ziders, and we know he's quick. And look at sideline. When he got that in his hands, he knew I'm taking this to the house if I can.
Right.
And I mean, coming up to make the tackle was C.J. Wagner saving it, but it's a personal foul, so it's going to back it up from. I mean, it's going to take a really big opportunity for East Penn to put one on the board, and it's going to back them up to the 40.
Well, they'll still get the ball, so at least, the bottom line is it's a turnover.
Turnover's a turnover, right?
For East Pennsboro, now they get the ball in good field position with an opportunity to get on the board early and see what this offense can do.
Jacob Dean, Joshua Angelo, Colton Yoy, Justin Moore, Gavin Garlinger on the line at the quarterback position, Zach Ziders. And wow. First carry, first give to Jacob Schiermeyer, and he's being wrestled down big time in the backfield by A.J. Vale. On that defensive side for Northern, Fred Hunter, A.J. Vale, Bailey Blashik, Nick Fakiti, Zach McCown, Federling, Koslick, Sarley, and Bean. And our cornerback position is Blake Cruz will come over and play a little bit of cornerback, so you'll see some of these guys playing both ways. Ziders will be under center, or actually shotgun formation. Single receivers left and right. Lone back is Shepard, and we're going to have flags.
It looks like this will probably be offsides on the offense, false start, so that'll back up East Pennsboro. And again, you don't want to take the momentum away from that interception. It was a good opportunity to basically set your team up, the home team up, for a nice opportunity. Now you're going backwards.
Tonight our referee is Scott Lamprey. Umpires, Mark Bennington. Head linesman is Ty Chrisman. Line judge is Aaron Lewis. And our back judge is Tom Daniels. Hey, we're still just getting into practice and everything, too. A little hard talking with mask over our mouths as well, but we're going to do what we can to call this game for the COVID. Jet sweep. Give to Wagner. Wagner will be wrestled down and tackled by Hunter Fitterling.
Well, number 60, Nick Fickett, that was an amazing tackle. And again, one of the things that I'm impressed with already is the defense for Northern, especially that defensive front. They are really playing well. They're not being fooled by any of the motion or anything. They're actually reading their keys, and they're making good tackles in the backfield. So it puts up a really the down and distance against East Pennsboro.
So it'll be 3rd and 17, ball on the 46. Zider's going to throw it up for the first time. Connects to baseline. Baseline will be tackled and wrestled out of bounds. Coming up to make the play defensively is Adam DeGrillis.
And I tell you, Beastline had an opportunity. If he could have squirmed away from that tackle, he had an opportunity to get upfield and possibly get close to the first down marker. So now you're in a 4th down. What do you do in this play? My thought is you go for it. Right now, you're in pretty decent field position. So if you don't get it, you still have Northern pinned in their own defensive or their own side of the field. So this is an opportunity for you to keep the drive going.
It'll be 4th and 7, ball in the 36 for East Penns. Trips to the left.
And right there, East Pennsboro is not able to convert, and Northern will hold. And again, this defense has come up fired up, and you know, you get the turnover, and your goal, you put everything in the hands of your defense to say, you know what, we got the turnover, let's hunker down and make a play. Just think of how difficult that penalty was, that from the interception that would have put East Pennsboro on the 1 yard line. On that interception.
Well, for Northern, they dodged a bullet there. Wagner running hard left side, just shy of the 40-yard line. He'll be wrestled down and tackled. Also doing double duty tonight, coming up to make the tackle. 34, doing the running back and other duties defensively is Jacob Schiermeyer. Schiermeyer making a tackle, and we have a player down. Colton Yoy also in play center. And defensive tackle, he's down, so that'd be a big loss. I mean, anytime you're looking at centers, we hope he's okay.
Now, I know Archie said in the pregame, and we'll talk about it when we come back from the break.
Yeah, just hold that thought. We'll take a break, and we'll have more action after these messages.
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
Welcome back. Welcome back to East Pennsboro, 9:23 to play after a Northern turnover, which had appeared to be a great scoring opportunity from the one. But they were backed up with a personal foul, and Northern gets the hold. Northern has the ball 2nd and 6. Jordan Heisey. Going to give to Wagner. Wagner will pick up maybe 1, maybe 2. Coming up making a great tackle is Jarrett Bowles, the offensive tackle and also defensive end. He's a junior. He's 6'4", 240 coming up on the stop.
And that was Belsino running the ball. And I think the key here was you're seeing Northern trying to establish the running game. After that penalty, I want to get my quarterback Heisey throwing again. And he comes out, he makes a throw like that. But again, you want to get him back. So this is 3rd down. Let's see if they can get him back and get him in some kind of rhythm in the passing game.
Heisey going to roll right, Going to be taken down, and a nice tackle coming to the backside is Harrison Lehman.
And that's a sack for Lehman. I mean, you're getting there and you get a sack. And now, again, these defenses have come out playing. And many times you'll see that. The defenses may be a little bit further ahead than the offenses are in any kind of offense, especially to start the season. That usually will even itself out, pretty much early in the season.
Northern have to punt it away. Schiermeyer called a fair catch. There's going to be a penalty. Well, there is a flag. Didn't give him an opportunity even within the spacing.
Yes, you have to give the returner space to catch the ball, and in that situation, there was actually some contact. It wasn't much contact, but it was enough contact to draw a late penalty on that play. It didn't seem like the officials were a little hesitant at first, but then they made the call.
Scott Lamprey on the call.
It
ends up being a 15-yard penalty, and that's going to be, again, some good field position for East Pennsboro. This game's been close year after year, Jerome. 2013 last year, Northern comes away with the victory. Last time East Penn won this game, we found it was 2015, and that was for the division championship. Jet sweep, left side, around the corner. Burgos. Burgos is going to have a big loss, and he's going to be wrapped up defensively, coming up to make a great play is Joey Koslak. He's a senior. Koslak also doubles as a tight end, comes up, makes a great tackle. The pursuit was there the whole point.
Yeah, and usually there's two things that went well on that play. Number one, Northern's penetration into the backfield. That started it. And number two, the pursuit angles and how the defense stretched the play. And what you saw, guys are really doing a good job keeping that outside shoulder free and just stretching out the play to where the ball carrier really had nowhere to go.
So it'll be a 2nd and 19 for East Pennsboro. Twins to the right. For Ziders. Ziders give is to Shepard. Not much for Shepard. Tries to run on that left side, and that right side stinginess of the Northern Polar Bear defense coming up to make the tackle. Initially making that first hit is Zach Malchin.
And again, you're going to see this East Pennsboro team give a healthy dose of Schermeyer. You want to make sure you get the ball into his hands. But again, this Northern defense is up to the task. I have to say, running on this defense is not easy to do. They're flying around. They're keeping contained. They're playing all the gaps. They're making it very difficult for East Pennsboro to move the ball.
Still got double receivers. In motion is Schermeyer. Schermeyer going to swing it out to him. Crossing the 40. Still on his feet, knocked out of bounds, and then hit. Oh, he stayed in bounds and coming up to make the tackle for Northern, number 57, Hunter Fitterling.
And again, there was a lot of yards that was needed on that play for East Pennsboro. And what you want to do is make sure you play the sticks. You don't let anything get behind you. East Pennsboro go to Schermeyer on a swing pass, and the defense was there. So it brings up a 4th down, and we'll see. Will East Pennsboro punt it, or will they take a chance from their own, 49, 48-yard line?
Yeah, ball's to be spotted
47.
on 47, and they're going to punt it away. Dakota Campbell on the punt. Cruz is going to let it roll. It's going to roll to about the 10-yard line, back Northern up. Let's go down to Archie on the field. Archie, right now you're seeing just, neither team really only getting one scrimmage under their belt, so you're seeing a little tightness both offensively. Defense making some nice plays.
In the game one, like I said, you guys always going to start off strong, and your offense usually is the same.
We're having some technical difficulties. We'll have to come down to Archie in a moment. Give to Cruz. Not much there. And I tell you, yards are stingy to get tonight.
They are.
Every yard you're trying to get, even a half inch, it's tonight. I mean, both defensive up front looking good early on.
Yeah, these defenses have really showed up. I mean, they're coming out really just stout. I mean, and you have to give them credit for that. And again, sometimes that's what happens at the beginning of the season. Defenses are a little ahead of those offenses, and it may take them some time to get going.
Heisey. Quick pitch to Wagner. Wagner running for his life. The man on that backside being chased down. Wagner's really on his go. Had his jet engines going.
And the pursuit angles from both of these teams are very impressive. Again, they're keeping everything inside, not breaking contain, not allowing the team to break contain against them on the offensive side of the ball. And they're just coming up and making solid tackles. So, again, these defenses are both showing we could have a low-scoring contest today the way these defenses are coming out.
Well, Devin Shepard making the tackle for East Pennsboro. Heisey will be in shotgun with Twins to his far left, Twins to his right. 3rd and 10. Going over the top, and the receiver just missed communications, incomplete. His intended receiver, number 80, on the play. And That was Mason Yoy on the Jan, excuse me, on the. Just seemed like it maybe there's miscommunication from the get-go.
Yeah, they're not in sync right now. And the passing game for Northern is not in sync at all. I mean, you have receivers, and the receiver and the quarterback must be on the same page, and they're not. So that's what's happening. You saw that on the interception as well. The more I thought about it, was it an overthrow or should the receiver have been there? So that's kind of the situation with Northern right now.
Bad snap, and somehow Mason Young got the punt off, and it went out of bounds.
And we have to keep an eye on that, Ty, because that's the second punt, second bad snap that did not get back to the punter. So, again, if you're East Pennsboro, you're looking at that and you're saying, you know what, maybe I need to go a full all-out block and see if I can get a turnover on the punt play.
Yeah, as you can see, it actually rolled to him. He picked it up on the roll, there was about 3 rolls to get to him, and then he got that pressure coming. He went a little to the right side and shanked it out of bounds off of his foot. He kind of got it with the side of his foot. East Pennsboro will have the ball, good field position. Ziders give to Schermeyer. Schermeyer running, can't find any room, and Bailey Blaschick come up and make the tackle.
And again, just hard running, especially the outside. That's the one thing. Both teams keep trying to get to the edges, and both defenses are stringing out the edges and making it difficult. So this is what, the third or fourth play from East Pennsboro that tried to go wide, and the defense is just coming up and turning it right back inside. So the pursuit is there, and then they're meeting at the ball.
You saw Blaschick make the initial hit and coming up make that tackle. I've liked what I've seen in A.J. Vell, the junior, coming up also to assist the tackle. Ziders. And there's going to be movement against the dead ball foul, and that's going to go against East Pennsboro. A false start. They're going to move them back. So they're kind of like shooting themselves in their own foot when they get good field position tonight, Jerome.
And these are the situations that happen in those scrimmages that you can stop the scrimmage and you can teach. And when you lose that scrimmage time, you can't in game time. They become penalties here. So again, both teams are trying to adjust. These offenses are trying to get themselves in some type of rhythm. To try to establish some type of rhythm on offense and compile some good first downs together. 2nd and 19. Kicked out the left side. Stand on his feet. Good run, good hard run. And that's positive yardage by Jacob Schermeyer. And what I love what Schermeyer did was as soon as he caught the ball, he went north-south. There was no dancing. There was north-south, and he was able to get the first down or get close, but it comes back. So even then, you have a positive play for East Pennsboro, and then it's brought back by another penalty. Yeah, the penalties are starting to kill him. That's the 4th penalty for East Pennsboro. Yeah, you're getting 10 yards forward and 10 yards back, and you're just hitting. And those are bone-breaking penalties too. Those 10 and 15 yarders are they really just take the wind out of your offense when you have that happen.
It backs you up. 2nd and 19. It's 30, actually. 2nd, 30. Low snap. The ball's going to bounce, and, oh, man, wisely getting on it will be Worthley. Man, I tell you what, that you just don't want to keep giving opportunities for Northern either, though. But that was a 2nd and 30. What we see on the screen now is accurate. And again, we see another just sloppy offense right now, and it's just both offenses are going backwards. Looking at the yardage, I don't see that there's much yardage at all. Even when there was a half-decent gain, it came back from a penalty. So it'll be 3rd and 34 with 2:31 to play here in the first quarter. East Pennsboro, Northern, Colonial matchup. Ziders going to put it up. He's going to have to run and scrambling, running left side, and he'll run out of bounds. And keep an eye on Northern defensive tackle Fred Hunter, 6'3", 310 in the middle of that defense. And again, when you have a guy that big, and sometimes it's hard to move those guys, and you got to get them out there. You may have to put 2 guys on them just to try to open a hole in the running game, and that frees up linebackers to fire through gaps and make plays, and that's what you're seeing. These linebackers are able to fly through the play, fly through the defense, get into the offensive backfield, and make plays. So at 4th and 36, they're really 4th and forever. East Pennsboro will bring on the punting tee. Dakota Campbell hit the punt. Cruz is going to actually have an opportunity to return. Excuse me.
That's Beam.
That's 5 on the play. That wasn't Cruz. I'll take the. That was Zach Beam actually on the return.
Now let's see if Northern can put something together offensively. And here, I mean, the way it looks is whichever offense could get something going, even if it's one drive, as of right now, that could end up deciding the game the way these defenses are playing.
Well, when we go early on, first of all, both teams have 14 total yards, but they have 51 yards in penalties. So that's actually really going to hurt, right away. That's something to talk about here at the end of the first quarter. Teams going backwards with the penalties. So Archie, we're going to talk a little bit about these penalties. Over 51 yards in penalties already, and only 14 total yards with the offense. But we have a timeout, so we'll probably hold that thought there. And we'll be right back after these messages.
The Jack Giambavo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 4 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stadler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Genesis of York, and Giambavo Hyundai of Hanover. The Giambavo family dealerships. Over 30 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale. Giambavo is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jack Giambavo family of dealerships. 4 great locations. Online at giambavo.com.
CCA field trips make learning come alive.
Well, East Penn had to punt. Beam going right side on the return. Got to hold on to it as a host of black jerseys come invade and take him down. Northern looking to get something going, as was East Pennsboro, and penalties killing really both teams, in particular East Pennsboro tonight.
Yeah, both offenses that we talked about not able to get going. Defenses are winning the day. And again, whichever offense can establish something could end up being the offense that takes control of this game. So, sometimes in these situations, you just got to go basic and see if you can just get advanced forward as opposed to backwards.
Heisey. Pass to Tyler Weary. Is good. That'll be just those type of rhythm passes just to get Heisey going and see if Northern continues with that playbook calling. Tyler Weary on the catch.
And that's just a stop route. Receiver goes 5-7 yards, stops, catches the ball, get in his hands early and let him get the yards after the catch, and you get a first down. So again, go basic and then open up your offense from there.
And Archie, these are the things also get your receiver and your quarterback going in rhythm, because they haven't been really in rhythm. Just some of these small short dumps, tight, and
I mean, you guys are hitting it dead on the head. One thing that we always say, that the defense is always going to start out above the offense, and you just want to keep playing to get your offense in the rhythm.
And we know Heisey is a good quarterback. I mean, so he's proven that he can play the position and he can do well in the position. So again, it's part of it is him getting himself settled down into the game mode. And once he gets in the game mode with some nice easy passes, maybe he can get himself into that rhythm that's needed to get this offense going.
2nd and 7, ball on the 45. Quick out to Jan wrestled down by Schurmeyer. Schurmeyer doing double duty on both sides, running the ball, tackling. Schurmeyer at least coming up making 3 or 4 major plays defensively already.
And that's what we said in the pregame, how defensively he's maybe more talented as a defensive player and linebacker as he is a running back on the offensive side of the ball, and I think that's his strongest suit. I mean, he flows to the ball, he commands the defense very well, and does a good job getting to the ball carrier.
Shotgun formation, twins to the right, twins to the left for Heisey. In motion. Heisey's going to keep himself, picking up big one. Schermeyer makes maybe really
A touchdown.
a save tackling, am I right? A TD. Tackle
Archie,
there. That's the end of the quarter. We'll be right back with more from East Pennsboro after these messages.
The Jet Giambalvo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 4 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stadler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Genesis of York, and Giambalvo Hyundai of Hanover. The Giambalvo family dealerships. Over 30 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale. Giambalvo is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 4 great locations. Online at Giambalvo.com.
At OSS Health, we offer orthopedic care you can trust. Award-winning for quality and safety, OSS Health will get you back to reaching. Swinging. Rocking. And trailblazing. Keep following your passions. We'll help.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent is Capital Region Insurance Agency, 717-731-1142.
Quarter action. Heisey, Northern, looking to get some rhythm. Heisey with his feet tonight in this drive, getting some things going. His pass to Jan is incomplete. I like the play call.
Yeah, well, Heisey becomes a running threat, and we know he can run the ball. So that's what they want to do, get him in a situation where there's a run-pass option. He throws a swing pass. The only problem was he didn't get it up high enough. So, again, you want to get that defense thinking so they won't be as aggressive as they've been to start the game.
So it'll be second 10 ball on the 31-yard line from Northern. You know, Carlisle Sentinel called this one a possible upset tonight with East Penn over Northern. Northern trying to do something about that over the top, and it's going to be overthrown. He had his intended receiver. That's Trenton Peach, number 80, incomplete to him. I mean, he was there. He was open.
Yeah, Trenton Peach was open. I mean, that needed to be more of he threw a lob ball, and I think that could have been a straight line, because if he got the ball to him pretty quickly, then Peach could have made a move and then did something with the ball after the catch. But it ended up being a lob ball, and it just wasn't accurate.
Broke the momentum a little bit. Arch, I think this drive really consists of Jordan Heisey and his legs more than his arm.
Well, one thing you see, he's trying to get in the rhythm. What they're putting him in is a run-pass option, like Jerome said right now. So one thing that's happening, you see in the
right here, hold on to those. Thought it's going to be a 6 and a touchdown. You know what? It's set up, and that hole on that left side, guys, we take another look at that. This time, the men up front did the work.
Belucio just went straight north-south.
Belucio north-south.
He gets the ball,
right.
and he just went straight north-south.
In a hole that looked like it was opened up for a tractor trailer. Take a look at it. There's no one there. One move, and that move, he had to beat the quarterback. You got your quarterback playing defense, and you're going to see that, and it's a touchdown.
One thing we were saying, guys, when before the touchdown was ran was Northern was hitting the outside. They were stretching here, stretching there, then boom, straight up the middle. That's what you got, guys.
Mason Jan's point after is good. We'll be back after these messages.
Hoffman Ford wants to trade keys with you. That's right. Give us the keys to your current vehicle, and we'll get you into a brand new Ford with great offers, like up to $13,500 off MSRP on a new Ford F-150 XLT 4x4, or 1.9% financing up to 60 months, plus $9,000 off MSRP. And get top dollar for all trades, no matter what it is. Let's trade keys at Hoffman Ford.
Hoffman has it. Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
Welcome back. Northern striking first. A 31-yard TD run. And like Jerome, you said it. You say it all the time. You run north and south, good things happen. You hit that hole hard, touchdown.
Right, and for those, there are some talented backs out there that can do a lot of things as far as movement east-west, but when it comes to it, you got to stick that foot in the ground and go upfield. The worst that could happen is a no-yard gain many times. Other than that, you're going forward for the most part. So you don't want to dance around, and that was just a good play. Quick hitter right up the gut. The hole was open, and there you go. We said whichever offense can sustain something, you will take control of this game, and right now it's Northern.
Belosio on the 22-yard scamper, and that ball's going to go in the end zone and be a touchback. And that's going to fire up what crowd we have here tonight. They allowed some in if you had a ticket, socially distanced and spaced. What I like about here when you come down to NOLA Drive is you got cars and they've socially distanced out on the other side of the fence because no rules or regulations against that. So you've got some families sitting out by their trucks and their cars, and they're sitting on the back side of the hill on the other side of the fence. And this is a great field to be able to see it from a neighborhood perspective. So at least some other people get an opportunity to see the football game here tonight. 1st and 10, 11:44, second quarter. Coming up at halftime, we'll have everything, stats. We'll have our Jack Gianvavo halftime report, our AT&T Giant halftime stats, and Capital Region first half highlights. All at halftime. Stay tuned with us. Zyder's pass is connected to Worthley.
And again, can East Pennsboro do the same thing? Can they establish some offense by simplifying the offense and just, doing some really easy rhythm plays where you can get the ball into a ball carrier or into a receiver's hand quickly, let them get the yards after the catch, and then establish a rhythm for your offense. We saw Northern do it. Let's see if East Pennsboro can duplicate that.
Ziders under center. Did he get Northern jump? Nope. Snap. Good. Left side give. Man pursued and Archie, that's where you love to see this type of defense, the pursuit, the angles of pursuit. And I like what I'm seeing out of Joe Kostelak coming up 16 to make some big-time plays.
Well, one thing about Northern is really amped up down here. Like being on the sidelines and everything, these guys are hyped. These guys are into this game right here. You can see the flow of the defense. It's not one white jersey. It's not two white jerseys. 3, 4, 5 white jerseys are on every tackle, guys.
And Bailey Vlasic also making that tackle.
And Malchin, another one that came up and made a good play, just stringing that defense out, the offense out, and again, just good defensive play. You can't get wide on Northern today.
Big 3rd and 9. What a catch on the marker. Worthley thrown a little high, delivered a little high by Ziders, but the catch is brought down. And Josh is 6 foot 160. Take a look at this. Going to be rolling right, Ziders will. He's going to deliver a little bit high, but look at these hands, guys. Great catch. You got to get up there and get it. You got to throw it to your receivers, challenge your receivers, let your receivers go get the ball.
I mean, he put the ball where only he can be able to catch this ball, because this is great coverage coming on top right here, Jerome. As a DB, we're known to be in perfect position and run through the ball.
In motion, Burgos. Ziders with the arm looking downfield, going to try to, and almost picked off.
And if Ziders had a little more on that throw, less height in the air, more direct, I'm telling you what, Worthley had a step, and he just started to open it up even further. You saw him turn on some jets a little bit right at the end of that play, and I'll tell you, that could have been a big gain for East Pennsboro.
Was just underthrown. He had beam beat there in the secondary, and I've noticed that a couple times, Archie, that he's beaten the secondary. Worthley is
and he didn't just have him beat. He had him beat, and he was extending it. He was just extending it when the ball was released.
2nd 10. Motion give. Right side. Harrison Lehman will be taken down, wrestled down. Coming up to make the tackle is number 60, Nick Keat.
So it brings up 3rd and 7. And again, can this offense get another first down on 3rd down?
So big 3rd and 7. 9:31 to play here before half. Zyder shotgun. Going to roll to his left. Great coverage there. And wrestling him down will be Nick Fakiti for Northern with some assists and help from Joe Koslak. They got to him, chased him down, and I mean he was running for his life. And let's give the secondary of Northern really almost a coverage sack there due to the fact that they did a really good job. Coming up at halftime, we'll have our giant halftime stats, our first half Capital Region Insurance Agency highlights, all this, and Jack Jim Volvo Family Dealership halftime report. Stay tuned for that. Archie, Jerome, and I will have everything here to sum up this first half for you. So stay tuned for that. 4th and 9 is going to bring on the punting team for East Pennsboro. Whistles. It's going to be an illegal substitution by East Pennsboro, so it's going to back them up a little further. And now this is the thing when you know you're giving Northern short fields, guys. You got a quarterback in Heisey that runs well, and I really feel like that whole last drive was set up by feet, not arm.
Definitely when you're playing in your first game, you get in the feel of it. The field position is a major key. So these punts, these penalties that's turning that can flip the field position can come up major for the opposing team.
Well, that's going to go to the 50-yard line, and at one point I thought, man, if that thing's going to bounce and come back that side, it's going to continue to give Northern even better field position. We'll have the ball on the 50-yard line. Heisey and crew coming back onto the field. East Pennsboro right here before half, 8:28 to play, looking probably really this drive to get a stop and get that ball back. Let Northern get up on you a couple touchdowns, and I think with the ability for Heisey to run, fellas, I think it can cause you some serious trouble.
This is a big drive right here. He has a rhythm coming off his last drive right here. Let's see, do they still build on the momentum from the previous drive, guys?
Sean McNair is the back. Heisey puts it up in the air, and it goes right through the hands of Tyler Weary. And those are the dangerous ones, too, that you go through those hands into the secondary. They can take that back for 6.
And again, the actual play calls, I'm loving. I'm getting the ball out of Heisey's hands very early. That's what you want to do. Get the ball out early and let him do something with the ball when he gets in his hands. And you saw the yards after the catch from the receivers. So, again, you got to make that catch and pull that in.
Also, Northern has a favorable matchup out here. We have a 6'2" versus 5'11" right here. And you can see they're trying to get him involved in the game.
Heisey right now, guys, his numbers are 2 for 8, 16 yards, and 1 interception.
So
we've got a timeout by Northern. We'll take a break. We'll be right back after these messages.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent is Capital Region Insurance Agency, 717-731-1142.
Erie Insurance.
Welcome back. Here's where I love about playing at East Pennsboro. You can't make the game, but you can social distance on your front porch, and you've got the best view. Right there is box seats in high school football.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Totally box seats. You just
All
sit
you
back,
need is
relax.
Some Rotel dip.
Right. I mean, you can go back to the kitchen, and we talked last week. Jerome started bringing up wings and different things like that. I started getting hungry in the box. I'm going there after the game, knock on the door. Maybe get a baked potato.
You may not have to knock on the door. They may be right out there
corn
with you.
soup. I mean, whatever it may take here. Wagner, right side. I tell you what, I like the pursuit, Archie. I like what you've been saying about these defenses early on. These guys are getting after it a little bit here. I love the pursuit. I feel like game plan wise, defensively, the teams are doing a pretty good job.
This is just like Jerome said earlier, man. From the scrimmages, this ain't the 10 and 10 plays, where you get 10 to be able to come back and correct and everything. No, every yards matter right now because this is a divisional game.
And just like those 10 and 10, you fumble or throw it away or anything like that, you stop, pick it back up, and go for it. Coach yells at you. This is real time Friday night.
Correct.
Heisey, left side keeper. Well, he didn't have much. It's just kind of bumbled play.
Yeah, that was a busted play.
Yeah, busted from the get-go.
So, again, these offenses, are struggling a little bit. You saw Northern on the last drive. They were able to get some kind of rhythm, and then they get the big run play. But, again, the defenses are continuing to win the day right now.
Jaden Hoover, the freshman, 5'10", 215 pounds, making the tackle. 4th and 5. And Northern's going to keep this 44. They're going to go for it. Shotgun formation. Heisey looking over at the sidelines. He's got twins split right. And does Northern want to take another timeout? Nope. Dead ball foul. I didn't see the flag come in.
I think we got movement on the right side of that Northern offensive line.
So that's going to bring the punting team on, man. I tell you, that 4th and 5, I would like to see what that play call was going to be. Movement on the right side going to give East Pennsboro the ball back. Mason Yon, the sophomore punter. And that's baseline back to receive the punt.
John gets off a good punt. Ball down by the Polar Bears.
Well, again, East Pennsboro's defense stands up tall, and now they'll have an opportunity. They have the fans behind the gate that's just getting a chance to see the game, and they're social distancing. And it's definitely different because what ends up happening is the teams become their fans, your teammates, your brothers at arms. They become your fans when you're on the field, and when they're on the field, other people on the field, they each support each other. So that's the difference in what we're seeing in the COVID era of high school football.
Correct.
Option play. Ziders kept it himself and was covered very well by Northern.
And again, going wide on the Polar Bears is not, it's not easy. They have shown that every wide play, they have really defensed extremely well. There's really not a lot of traction outside, So again, you've had better success, even though it's been minimal up the middle. But outside wide against this defense has shown to be impossible so far.
Backed up on their own 9-yard line, 2nd and 6 for Ziders. Jet sweep, give. Kind of up the middle on a little counter by Lehman. And, man, I'll tell you what, that Northern defense up front, middle-wise, they are stingy. Hunter Fitterling making the tackle. And Moshan also coming up with the assist. 5:30 to play before halftime.
And sometimes what you try to do is give that defense some ear candy, or eye candy, let them see some different things, and then try to squirt one in the middle. But that defense was not fooled. And again, what counters that is staying true to what your keys are as opposed to all the fluff in the backfield. And you're seeing the defense is well coached for Northern, and they're not falling for any of that.
Well, if you can look at Northern's defensive line, and we got a timeout here, guys. I'll come back with that.
Okay. Well, hold on to that thought. We'll be right back with more after these messages.
The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 3 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stellar Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, and introducing the all-new Genesis of York. The Giambalvo family of dealerships. Over $25 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With unbeatable service after the sale, too. There's a reason the Giambalvo family has been a part of your community for decades. Find out why. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 3 great locations. Online at giambalvo.com.
Well, welcome back to East Penn. 3rd down and 3 right here before half. Big play for East Pennsboro. And Archie, you were just starting to talk about, what East Penn really needs to do in this drive.
Well, one thing is being able to contain Big Fred Hunter up there. I mean, he's 6'3", 310. You also have his counterpart, A.J. Vale, that's 6'3", 225. So that's already 535 pounds between the interior force. And you have Fakiti on the outside, who is 6'3", 220. And we have Beatty Blaschek, who's 6'2", 190 on the other side. So these guys, we have beef up in the front that can control the interior, and we have speed on the outside, which allows these linebackers to flow, guys.
And that's exactly what they're doing, too.
They're really getting after it tonight, then. Shotgun formation. Rolling to his left. Going to hold on to it. Zeiders going to be knocked out of bounds. And right now, coaching staff from Northern loves what they see out of their pursuit on their defense. Sean Sarley coming up and make the tackle.
And again, trying to stretch the field. You got some positive yards, but it brings up a 3rd and 3. So again, what play do you have for 3rd and 3? This is a good down for you. I mean, you should be able to get 3 yards. If you're the coach, you're looking at that saying it's 3 yards. We can get this.
Number 6 on the option. Not enough for the 1st down. We'll call it 4th and a foot.
It's going to be 4th down and 3.
On the 14-yard line.
And East Pennsboro will be backed up. Punting crew on the field.
Yeah, they'll punt now.
And East Penn's going to need another timeout. We'll take a break. We'll be back after these messages.
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
Well, it's an absolute beautiful night here in East Pennsboro. And what spectators are allowed in, just giving us a little bit of flashback to an opportunity to see some people there enjoying the football game here.
And I think this is good. This is good.
I mean, so many people want to get back to normal, fellas, including us. Yeah. And the fact that we're even in the booth tonight, getting even to call a football game here in what is week 2 for us.
I mean, being able to walk around on the field, guys, felt like old times, but you can still tell the difference.
Yeah, the band not striked up here tonight, and a few things like that. We miss the smell of, just the hot dogs and pretzels and different things coming in. And just that buzz that you see on Friday nights. And in so many small towns across the great 50 states and the lower 48, that's what you do in your community, fellas, is go to your Friday night football game. And that's just such a challenge, I imagine, for the kids in particular.
Well, one thing that I'm starting to see is kind of new. As you know, we was at the game last week, where there was no fans allowed, versus this week you're allowed, every player from the home team was allowed 2 tickets. And I think that is great for these kids.
Man, left side, no room. And he had a 31-yard scamper early on. That's the only score. Alicio.
And Jacob Schermeyer made a play, but he is down, and he's really raving in pain right now. And they cannot. East Pennsboro cannot afford to lose him.
They cannot afford to lose Schermeyer. We'll be back after these messages.
The Jet Giambavo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 4 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stadler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Genesis of York, and Giambavo Hyundai of Hanover. The Giambavo family dealerships. Over 30 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale. Giambavo is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jack Giambavo family of dealerships. 4 great locations. Online at giambavo.com.
Well, we're glad to see this. Schermeyer cutting, making his way off the field on his own. But, man, oh, man, they can't afford to lose a guy like himself.
Well, he's needing some assistance. He's needing assistance right now, so hopefully he's okay. And again, one of the things I love about him is he's not making tackles all the way down the field. He's shutting doors. I mean, guys are having an opportunity, hole open. He's the one that closes them. And again, this is guaranteed 10 tackles a game last year.
He's a strong safety playing in the linebacker box with linebacker hitting ability, guys.
Yep. He's part of the reason East Pennsboro tonight has 7 tackles for losses tonight, so on that side. So, man, we hope that he gets back. We don't want to see any injuries. Rolling right, Heisey. Incomplete. Jan was his intended receiver.
And again, the passing games are just not up to par.
Coming up, our Jack Giambavo Family Dealership halftime report, our giant halftime stats. We'll also have our Capital Region Insurance Agency first half highlights. Join Jerome Presley, Archie Smith Jr. and I as we give you all the information, all the plays that made the impact in the first half. 4:26 to play, 3rd down and 12 for Northern. Cruz, lone back. How's he going to put it up in the air? And his pass is complete to Weary.
And Archie talked about this before. Weary's a good-sized target at 6'4". So you just put it up and let him get it. And again, a nice, safe throw. Gives you a 4th down and about 2 yards, so it gets you closer to the first down marker. So, again, gives you a nice opportunity to get the first down and keep moving the chains.
So it's 4th and 2. Big play here before half for Northern. Heisey's going to keep it, move the chains, first down. His legs are the effective tool tonight.
And that's Heisey's, that's one of his strengths, his ability to tuck and run as a quarterback, and he gets the first down. So, let's see if Northern leans on him a little bit more in the running game. Because sometimes that can juice that can get your passing game set too, by being able to establish a running game, especially from your quarterback, who could be your best runner.
Heisey keeping up the middle, finding some more room.
One thing, guys, when we was talking about all of that beef that's on that defensive line, guess where they're at when they come on the other side? They're on the offensive line, guys.
Yeah, both teams having guys playing both ways. Pretty much your offensive line, defensive line, as we highlighted earlier, are playing both ways tonight. And your specialty players as well, from your running backs and receivers playing both ways. So a lot of minutes here for these guys. 2:54, 2nd 5. Heisey pass over the top. Pass is complete. At around the 10-yard line, wrestled down will be Bean.
And that was one of Heisey's best passes of the day. It was on the money. Footwork was in play. Gets the ball from the shotgun, looking downfield, looks off the secondary, and then he throws a strike.
And look who has to come up and make the tackle. Zachary Zider is the quarterback. On the other side, making the tackle.
Yes, sir.
Archie.
And Heisey cleared the linebacker, too. So
and you can see that was off there. Like you said, with him looking that safety, brought that linebacker over just a little enough to get that pass over there.
1st and 7 from the 10. Give to Cruz. Cruz spinning. Staying on his feet. And be down at the 2. Coming up to make the tackle is Devin Shepard. Be second. Where's the... I got to see where the ball spotted it. And as we look, just a tight view from where I'm at. Ball be spotted on the 7-yard line. Or 3, on the 3-yard line. Apologize. So it'll be 2nd and 3. He didn't lose the ball, did he, fellas? I mean, the ball pops out.
Well, I heard a whistle beforehand, which showed that it was a dead ball at that point. So just a matter of where the ball is spotted.
So it'll be 3rd and goal. Let's take a look at what we see. Cruz, ball here. It's that helmet that comes in late. That ball popped out. Lamar. And, man, look at the ball still out, still popping around there, and we didn't get to see the very end of that play. So it'll be 3rd and goal. And Heisey's going to get across the goal line, and it's going to be a touchdown for Jordan Heisey from 2 away, call it. Touchdown, Heisey put him on the board. A big score right before halftime with 1:19 to play.
And they were set up by 2 really good pass plays that were strikes. And those were the plays that really got Northern down the field. So that was a just good pass play. They finally got Heisey going. He was able to connect on 2 big pass plays and then to get the 1-yard plunge in the end zone for Northern.
So like that, I mean, we'll be right back with more with 1:19 to play here in half.
CCA field trips make learning come alive.
Welcome back to Northern putting one more on the board, going up 14-0, and it's a 52-yard play drive by Northern. Really capped off by a couple nice in-rhythm passes by Heisey, but more importantly just those little things. He's now starting to take what that defense gives him in that option read.
And being the threat of the threat of running the ball, he's showing that he can be that threat and do what he needs to do. And we've seen it last year. I mean, he really put up some good numbers on the ground, being able to run the ball, 480 yards rushing. So, and he likes the end zone. He got in there 22 times last year.
9-play drive resulted in a touchdown by Heisey himself. Man, that's a great tackle by 22, very active tonight for Northern. And that is he had a 31-yard touchdown earlier tonight. We're talking about Telem Bleskio.
Well, let's see if East Pennsboro's offense can get going. They have 1 minute and 11 seconds. That's some time, and see if you can get something going. You're out of timeouts. You don't have so you got to go to your 2-minute drill, and you got to do it from your side of the field. So, you got to see if you can string something together, at least get some points going in the half. That can at least give you some momentum.
All the balls can be put up in the air, and I just watching that really jet sweep fake, dropping back is Ziders, and Ziders has a good arm, fellas. I just don't know he's overthrown his receivers. His pass was intended to Worthley. It will be incomplete, bringing up 2nd and 10.
And again, that seemed like that was kind of a miscommunication situation because Worthley looks like he stopped, and the ball, sailed over his head. Again, there was double coverage back there, so I don't know how much the opportunity would have been there for a catch because the defense was there, but. You go for that effort. Take that strike. See if you can get chunk yardage on these downs.
And nowhere to go tonight for Burgos. And Northern defense now beginning to feel it, just kind of really just staying after his Mochan. I like what Zach Mochan, the senior, does. He's a physical player. Take a look at it, Arch, and watch just the pursuit.
Brought down by number 26, Zach Mochan.
He's in the backfield really before you even.
And one thing, like we said, the greatest linebackers always have a dominant defensive tackle.
Right.
And I learned that from the great Ray Lewis. His dominant, he would tell you right now the reason why he's in the Hall of Fame is because of Tony Saragusa. And Tony Saragusa was able to open up those gaps, kept the lineman and the fullback open for him to flow through. And as tonight, that's what you guys can see right now. The lanes and the gaps are opening, and the linebackers are filling without pressure from the offensive lineman or fullbacks coming to make contact, guys.
Yeah, the offensive line can't get to the next level to block the linebackers because of what the defensive line is doing. And they're, especially those two big guys in the middle, A-gaps, they're not able to move them. So because you can't move them, they bunch everything up, and then the linebackers fill the lanes, like you said. So right now, they're filling them up the middle, and they're filling them from side to side, and then you have your corners. Everybody's playing in tandem. So this defense is making it really hard for East Pennsboro to move the ball, whether it's wide or up the middle. It's either way, it's difficult.
Well, let's give credit to where credit's due. Number 73, Fred Hunter. 72, defensive lineman A.J. Bell. 44, defensive lineman Bailey Benchik. And then allowing that opportunity for like Hunter Federling and Joe Koslek and those guys to get free and roam Zach Mochan. So that's the guys up front, the Hosses up front, allowing that to make happen. And Mochan again just calling his name, another tackle. And that was Dakota Campbell.
And we forgot about Fakit, number 60, on that defensive line as well. He's on that outside, and he's getting in there too.
Look at Mochan, just enough. He was already on the ground, got hit, and just enough to get that ankle. Fundamentally tackling, just staying with it. 56 seconds before half. Stay tuned. We'll have our Jack Giambalvo halftime report and our AT&T and Giant halftime stats, along with all of our Capital Region first half highlights. All this coming up at halftime with Archie Smith Jr., Jerome Presley from East Pennsboro tonight. Again, a beautiful Friday night. Now a little bit of a fall, cool breeze coming in. Just starting to feel like that, like football.
Well, I'll tell you, for the players, it's hot.
Yeah,
this is heat for the players.
You know,
for us, we're comfortable.
This is the temperature we're comfortable in. We're either too hot or too cold most football seasons. Am I right, guys?
I'm just
right now,
trying
beautiful.
I'm getting used to the game one almost at the end of September, guys.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, just the whole thought of that. Even like when we talk about college football and the Big Ten and those things not starting until like October.
Some haven't started.
The SEC starts tomorrow.
Tomorrow, SEC, big matchups already. So something to look forward to after Friday night for Saturday afternoon tomorrow. Is he still on his feet on the 36-yard line, picking it up, taking it? Will be for Northern Beam, and Beam fielded that punt pretty well.
Well, one thing about that, and this can go two ways. If he doesn't field this punt at the 35 line, that ball takes a bounce, and it probably ends up at the 15-yard line. So we're talking about a 20 to 15-yard change of position if we don't make that catch.
Now let's see. Will the Polar Bears decide, you know what, we'll take this, go a little conservative and not worry about trying to get points, or we take a shot here and try to see if you can put more points on the board?
We'll see what head coach Bill Miller in his 6th year at Northern will do. East Pennsboro didn't even get a chance to talk about John Dennison in his first season, down 14-0. Heisey going ahead with a chance to put it up, looking downfield, connects, and did he get out of bounds? I think he's going to. He's.
And it looks like there's going to be something in the backfield. So usually there's a situation that happened, either holding, blocking the back.
Well, okay, that pass was complete to Trenton Peach, but it's going to be brought back.
And that's exactly what it was, a block in the back, so it brings it back.
Now this might be a little different for Coach Miller and the staff here. 36 seconds right before half. Penalty's going to back him up. This is where Heisey's most effective, though. You see it just allowed him to roll out off the option route.
And another thing about him, guys, he's hit a variety of targets today. It hasn't been the same guy. I've seen at least 4 to 5 different players that he's targeted to. But in a situation like this, I want to see him go to the big 6'4".
Yeah, and he needs to get his completions up. Right now, he has a lot of incomplete passes, but that last drive, he had two big pass plays. So the defensive situation that brought the penalty back, Jacob Dean was in the backfield, gets blocked in the back, pushes Northern back.
Heisey looking long downfield. It's connected. Across the 40-yard line with 30 seconds. They're going to hurry up. Peach on the catch. 29 seconds and counting. Really getting another opportunity to look downfield. I mean, Northern looking to strike, fellas.
And you just have 4 receivers just downfield.
Peach again. Peach staying on his feet.
Peach needed to get out of bounds.
Needed to get out of bounds there. That's going to – they got to spot the ball and the clock will start.
And they're going for points. They're trying to get themselves
on the board again here because, they think one more puts a nail in the coffin. They're going to spike it. Heads-up play. Coach Murray and his staff will have Coach Miller and his staff will have 10 seconds to work with, 1st and 10. Even your hurry-up offense, your 2-minute offense, or you're working on that in practice every day, but there's nothing like game-time simulation. I don't care what you do for your team.
Exactly.
Right.
In-game-wise is where, it also comes down to having a kid like Heisey who can make a play for you.
Correct.
One thing I did spot, guys, and he hasn't gone to a tight end, but I have seen that seam wide open a couple times, and I'm just wondering when they're going to come to the other side, rolling back and hit seam maybe left side. That looked a little bit open. We're looking downfield now with time. And right now, Peach is his favorite receiver on this, but that's 4 seconds.
And for whatever reason, Peach isn't getting out of – you got to get out of bounds.
He's got room to get out of bounds, and he's trying to get 1 or 2 more yards, and that's not helping. So got it spiked enough, 3 seconds.
In high school football, that's enough time because guess what, guys? It's not like the NFL where the clock keeps rolling if you're tackling bounds. By being the first down, you get a chance to stop the sticks, stop the play right now, and I think they're going to go for a field goal.
Yeah, at this point, you get points. You can get some points going into the half. That's always a momentum keeper for you, especially because you figured it out. Northern has put together enough offense to get on the board.
Well, we got a 47-yard attempt.
Jan,
the 47-yarder, fellas. We haven't seen this
in
a while. Hold is down. Kick.
No, yeah.
It's good, fellas. It's good. 47 yards away at the buzzer. 17-0 East Penn, and that can get anyone excited. 47 yards, guys. I didn't know he had that foot in him.
I thought the ball was dying, but it didn't. It just crept over and had just enough leg to get over. And think of the momentum that did for your team and the excitement that you have for your kicker.
And guess what, guys? After a couple of catches, he's only a sophomore. Comes in and hits a big kick like this, guys.
Look at that. 47 yards away, guys.
Look at the reaction from the team.
Time. That's a lot to go into your locker room. All momentum on Northern side. 17-0. We'll be back with our Jack Jim Bobo halftime report after these messages.
Hoffman Ford wants to trade keys with you. That's right. Give us the keys to your current vehicle, and we'll get you into a brand new Ford with great offers, like up to $13,500 off MSRP on a new Ford F-150 XLT 4x4, or 1.9% financing up to 60 months, plus $9,000 off MSRP. And get top dollar for all trades, no matter what it is. Let's trade keys at Hoffman Ford.
Hoffman has it. Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
CCA field trips make learning come alive.
The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 3 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stellar Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Ram, and introducing the all-new Genesis of York. The Giambalvo family of dealerships. Over 25 million in new and pre-owned inventory, with unbeatable service after the sale, too. There's a reason the Giambalvo family has been a part of your community for decades. Find out why. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 3 great locations. Online at giambalvo.com.
At OSS Health, we offer orthopedic care you can trust. Award-winning for quality and safety, OSS Health will get you back to reaching. Swinging, rocking, and trailblazing. Keep following your passions. We'll help.
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
We're juggling a lot, so finding time for each other can be pretty tough.
Being able to come together at the table to eat and laugh is just fulfilling to our souls.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent is Capital Region Insurance Agency, 717-731-1142.
Erie Insurance.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rentals, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor, featuring Case Construction, paves the way for your project from start to finish. With 6 locations, Groff Tractor is always nearby your equipment needs. Groff Tractor also offers scheduled maintenance along with 24/7 emergency service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
Welcome back to our Jack Jim Bavo halftime report. Let's take a look at our inside 17-0 Northern New York. We're going to take a look at our Capital Region Insurance first half highlights. And really, game started out with sputter. There was over 5, really early on, 5 penalties for 51, and then it just kept racking up. But Northern finally got some things going with Heisey's legs. But that right there was the very first time he put it up. Interception was taken back to the 1 by Ziders, but unfortunately Ziders will have to bring that back because there was a 15-yard penalty that brought that one back. Northern got the hold. The Belusia touchdown. 31-yard out. That will put Northern on the board 7-0. And you look at the hole that was opened up. All this drive was set up initially by Heisey's legs. Once Heisey got in some rhythm, got some things going, this is what he did to score the second touchdown from 2 away. And look at it again, Heisey just kind of doing his thing on that goal line stretch. And Northern went up 14-0. But then, 47 yards away, Jan, sophomore, with the foot. And I don't think anyone in the stadium, outside the stadium by the fence or on the hill, thought that thing had a chance of going. But that drive was set up by very good hurry-up offense out of Northern, guys.
Well, I think what you saw initially, the defenses won the day. And the interesting thing is it's 17-0. But this game seems so much closer than that. I mean, you saw, the big run play, which scored the first touchdown, and then you had a couple of good pass plays that got Northern in position. Heisey goes in for the touchdown. But other than that, there hasn't been tons of offense from Northern either. So if you're looking at it from East Pennsboro, you're thinking, you know what, if we can establish something offensively, we have a shot, because the defenses have actually played okay, even though they're down 17-0.
Yes. Well, you talked about pursuit on defense, and you liked what you saw in the first half.
Hey, both defense are being very aggressive right now. You can tell these guys went over their pursuit drills, doing all this time that they had off, and it's being a show to play. You're not seeing just one open field tackle. You're not just seeing one solo tackle. You're seeing 1 to 2 to 3, 4 bodies collectively around the tackle, and that is good as a coach, as a defensive coordinator. I'm watching my guys fly around right now, but hey, I'm telling them, listen, guys, we just be able to need to get one play. As I'm a defender, if I can't see nothing on offense, I'm raking that ball. In my back pedal, I'm looking to make a play, because right now this game is going to come down to the flip of field position.
Well, we'll come back with more Capital Region and AT&T Giant halftime stats right after these messages. Stay tuned.
An average day in our household is really crazy.
We're juggling a lot, so finding time for each other can be pretty tough. Mealtime definitely brings us together.
Being able to come together at the table to eat and laugh is just fulfilling to our souls. Bon appetit.
Teach your children.
That's the time that we have together in this crazy world that is family.
CCA field trips make learning come alive.
At OSS Health, we offer orthopedic care you can trust. Award-winning for quality and safety, OSS Health will get you back to reaching. Swinging, rocking, and trailblazing. Keep following your passions. We'll help.
I got the phone call that every parent dreads. Our beautiful 19-year-old daughter Peyton had died. Sudden cardiac arrest had ended her precious young life. This #1 killer of student athletes and leading cause of death on school campuses attacked our family. Many heart conditions that can lead to sudden cardiac arrest aren't found during routine physicals. That's why the Peyton Walker Foundation provides free heart screenings for teens. Help prevent sudden cardiac arrest in your family. Visit PeytonWalker.org.
At OSS Health, we offer orthopedic care you can trust. Award-winning for quality and safety, OSS Health will get you back to reaching. Swinging, rocking, and trailblazing. Keep following your passions. We'll help.
The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 3 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stellar Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Ram, and introducing the all-new Genesis of York. The Giambalvo family of dealerships. Over 25 million in new and pre-owned inventory, with unbeatable service after the sale, too. There's a reason the Giambalvo family has been a part of your community for decades. Find out why. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 3 great locations. Online at giambalvo.com.
Welcome back to our Jack Giambalvo halftime report. Let's take a look at our AT&T and Giant halftime stats. Fellas, I just want to get your perspective on this. We know right off the bat, look at the total yards. I mean, that is the difference in the game right now.
Well, neither team is putting up tons of stats. I mean, you saw East Pennsboro, they're struggling. Not being able to run the ball has really threw their offense off kilter. Only 35 yards passing and 23 total yards. I mean, that's just that you can't win games that way. On the other side, you see what's happening. East Pennsboro, they can't stop the run. I mean, even though the run hasn't been totally, killing them, but the passing game is starting to heat up for Northern. So again, that's a total lopsided situation.
And Arch, look at, minus 12 yards in rushing.
One big thing that I see there is the first downs. To keep a drive sustained, you have to be able to get first down. Those 7 first downs have led to 14 points. Well, matter of fact, 17 points because they had to get 2 first downs under 40 seconds to get in field goal range.
And they actually did it.
Yes, sir. So the flow of the first down, guys, is a major case to what we're seeing in this 17-0 score right here, guys.
Penalty-wise, total of 9, or look at that, 76 yards on both sides on 3 for 30 East Northern and 6 for 46. So those type of things right there early on, and we knew we'd see some of this tonight. So now it's looking a little lopsided, but both of you commented this game looks now as it's widening the gap 17-0. It's closer than actually what it looks.
Oh yes, East Penn, like we say, they're young. All right, they're young, and those guys are flying around. We have seniors that usually been playing receiver. He's playing quarterback, and he's still playing safety. We're still looking to see what happened to Schumacher, hoping that he comes back. That was a viable loss for them, but they do have young guys, Devin Shepard, that can step into these roles, guys, and still be able to field. As you can see, Northern is having to put together a drive to be able to score on East Penn. East Penn is keeping them all together. Their defense is fine. They just need to get together on offense.
But when you talk about that Schumacher loss, defensively is where you see it the most.
Yes.
And you see Northern being able to advance the ball. That running game kicked up. Schumacher went out.
Yes.
That running game kicked up right after that. Because what we see when Schumacher plays defense, he's a missile to the ball.
Yes.
So he a lot of his stops are behind the line of scrimmage. He plays sideline to sideline. He does all those things. You take him out the game, I don't care who you have over there, you don't have anybody that's going to replace that.
You're right.
And so that production is not there. So their offense has to get going, and they have to figure out a way to get that defense together with him possibly off the field.
I think, Jerome, if East Penn can sustain the rush and the pressure coming from the front five. They have the athletes, but they're just trying to get their athletes the ball. They can have time to be able to get those athletes and be able to create them in space, because like you say, they have had steps on Northern's DBs, but the quarterback is having to rush the ball. So I think that they probably went in, he's calmed his offensive line down, calmed his guys down. The offense are able to see what they're up against the second half, and I look for them to come out and have a big second half of this game.
Well, we'll see if Schermeyer is going to come back in. Jacob Schermeyer, number 34 for East Pennsboro, down 17-0. Coach John Dennison in his first year here at East Penn looking to get back on the board. We'll be back with more second half action after these minutes.
At OSS Health, we offer orthopedic care you can trust. Award-winning for quality and safety, OSS Health will get you back to reaching. Swinging, rocking, and trailblazing. Keep following your passions. We'll help.
An average day in our household is really crazy.
We're juggling a lot, so finding time for each other can be pretty tough. Mealtime definitely brings us together.
Being able to come together at the table to eat and laugh is just fulfilling to our souls.
Bon appetit.
Teach your children.
That's the time that we have together in this crazy world that is family.
CCA field trips make learning come alive.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
We're ready for second half action here at East Pennsboro. Northern 17-0. They had the ball in the first half. East Penns will get an opportunity, really looking to want to get something going in this drive. Negative 12 yards rushing. They've only got one first down here in this game. Northern 7 first downs, up 17-0, and excitement sparked by the foot of sophomore number 82, Mason Yon, who had a 47-yard field goal as time ran down. And that is what you see on the board right now. 17-0. East Pennsboro set to get the ball back to receive. Devin Shepard and Burgos from the 10. Right side, still on his feet. Give him credit, trying to spark something here, crossing the 25, 28. And East Pennsboro And Zach Ziders will come out. We're going to look to see. Don't see any indication of Jacob Schermeyer in the game. He went out. And that was a big loss, really, for East Pennsboro right now, because defensively, in particular, we talked about guys.
Right.
Not only what he did offensively, but what he was doing defensively, more importantly.
And Northern did a good job on him offensively. I mean, he wasn't able to really get anything going offensively either, but defensively, like you said, that was his money. That's where he really helped the team. Inspirational leader of the team. And then now he's down for you right at this moment.
Ziders back to pass, looking up over the top of the linebackers, dumps it off to the big tight end. And it is complete to Gavin Garlinger. He was a converted offensive lineman to tight end this year with his first catch of the game. Moving the chains first down, East Pennsboro. That's something positive. And the big guys up front gave time.
And Archie called that one because he said it in the halftime show that, you know, the pass plays are there. The receivers are open. They just need to be hit, and you saw right there that happened.
So they had a total of 35 passing yards, minus 12 rushing first half. Ziders rolling to his right, looking downfield, ball incomplete, intended to receiver is Worthy. That'll be incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Now, one of the questions that I wonder about for East Pennsboro with Schermeyer out, will they abandon the running game? And that's what you don't want to do. You want to have some level of balance. And I know Northern has done such a good job defending the running game at this point, but you got to have a threat. So let's see if they start to lean real heavy on the passing game and not worry about the running game.
That is a great assessment, Jerome. They have a young sophomore by the name of Devin Shepard back there. Let's see what they look to get him involved.
Rolling left. Keeping it himself. Just shy of the 50, coming up to make the tackle. Number 16, Joe Kostelak. Ziders, good sportsmanship, by the way, out of both teams.
And one of the things that I think Ziders needs to do is he needs to make a decision a little sooner. So, for instance, turning that into a run play right away. I know he's looking downfield to see if any receivers are breaking, but at this point, you know, getting that positive yards upfield, his indecision is stopping him from probably getting more yards at that point. So just a little bit quicker. That clock in his head needs to be a little bit quicker to determine if he needs to run or not.
Ziders rolling to his right, looking downfield, firing in double coverage. Incomplete. Cruz on the coverage.
That was a good ball. That was a catchable ball, guys. That was a catchable pass. That was a good roll-out pass. Very catchable.
Dakota Campbell was the intended receiver. Let's take a look at it again, Arch.
And I think this was broken up. I think Cruz may have got a hand on this. Yeah, good defense on his, from his safety position. It looked like he was playing over top, double coverage right there. So
Cruz came up to make the catch, but you know what? That's a tough throw. That was a halfway decent throw over double coverage on that back shoulder.
Yeah, but you know, double coverage like that, you got to be careful with those because you got somebody over the top defending that.
Campbell's punt. It's going to take a roll to Beam. Beam's going to bring it back from the 16, crossing the 30. Still on his feet, crossing the 40, 43-yard line.
Now, again, if this Northern offense can build off of that momentum that kicked at the half, they can probably get close to salting this game away, unfortunately, for East Pennsboro, because right now their offense isn't able to sustain drives at all. You know, they get maybe one first down, and then they bog down, and then, you know, Northern gets on top of them. This could salt this away, or at least give them a good shot to salt this away if they can get on the board here.
Twins right, Twins left. Cruz is your back. Bean in motion. Heisey going to keep it. Wrestled down from the backside. Coming up and making the tackle is Harrison Lehman.
And that was just good defense right there. They're not quitting. They're still playing. They're still digging in East Pennsboro. And, again, I believe they're still in this game. They're down 17, but they're still in this game.
Let's just see if Heisey continues to go to Peach. He had 4 catches for 52. He had 4 big catches in that last drive for touchdown. Number 80, Heisey started targeting him more. Just at about the time, Archie, you'd mentioned that he was spreading the ball around the field, giving a lot of love. Peach has been his receiver in that second quarter. Ooh, busted up, coming up to bust that play up is the big tight end, now defensive end or inside linebacker, Gavin Garlinger coming up to make the tackle.
And that's what you need. You need someone to take over Schermeyer being out and who can energize that defense, and then it's your big guy. You love this kid, man, and seeing him on defense side of the ball. Garlinger comes up, makes a solid tackle from the inside linebacker position.
I mean, the story with Garlinger is that he was an offensive lineman, and he lost some weight, got in the weight room. They converted him to the tight end. He's playing that inside linebacker. Sometimes they'll line him up on the defensive inside.
So he did his part, and he gets the ball. He may get a pass or two every now and then.
He caught a nice pass there to start the second half. Heisey was looking. Oh, it's connected, and what a hit. Now that's going to, if that doesn't, first of all, let's talk about who made the hit. Number 10, also quarterback, Zach Ziders, defensive back. Arch, I'll let you take that one now.
Well, as a DB, one thing he's seen that this was a screen play. The defensive line took away the screen play, and I think we're going to have linemen down the field.
It was about all 5 of them were.
You can see the screen play right here. He wants the screen. Great pursuit right here. Ball is in the air. This is a catch. Wow. Ball on the
right on the ball.
Head, shoulder on the ball perfectly. Take a look at it again.
But I know for me, taking a shot is one thing. Taking a shot on a play that wouldn't have counted anyway because of a penalty is another. That would anger me. I'm like, come on.
Well, but guess what? If he catches the ball, it just comes back to third down. By it being incomplete, it's 4th down. And that was a good, solid hit, guys. As you can see, all the kids out there that's watching, these guys are being taught well. You know, the game has changed. He led with his shoulder. Look at this punt.
Oh, you have to catch that.
Fair catch, not caught. Decision by Worthley, and that takes a northern roll.
And to me, that's not a fair catch. You return that. I mean, there was enough time
there was plenty
for you
of time
to return that.
So you remember in the first half when we talked about Northern receiving the punt, he caught it on the 35-yard line. If it bounces, it's 15. This kick could have been a call on the 20-yard line. The bounce brought back to the 10, 49-yard punt.
And right there, guys, it's just a chance to take a look at the crowd being kind of spread out. Each player got 2 tickets tonight, and we're just happy that their families were able to come and see this. And if you can't, or grandparents or aunt and uncle, hopefully they're actually able to join us and watch this here live tonight. But and you see kind of that backside fence. You see some people parked on the side of the road up there on the NOLA Drive, and at least some spectators are able to take this in here a little bit tonight. Running, man, there's just not much there. Look at that, just the host of Northern tacklers, Polar Bears, angrily making a tackle on Nick Bakit.
And you talk about it, Todd. I mean, this Friday Night Football gives you some semblance of normal, and I think that's what you want from these parents, from family, friends, parents, some sense of normal. And I'm just happy for those that are at home. At least tonight, if you couldn't make the game, we're able to bring it to you. And you can sit back, have your nachos or your wings, and you can watch your child or a family member play football in a very different time. But it gives you everyone a sense of normal, including us.
2nd and 7. Getting most of the carries now since Schermeyer's out is Dakota Campbell. Just want to let you know Ziders' numbers. He was 5 for 10 for 58 yards passing.
And Mochan again on the play and inside defensively.
3rd and 5. Big play for the Panthers. Jet sweep fake over top. And that ball's going to be picked off. You saw it. He was going to read it completely. Stepping in to make the play is Beam.
Well, he threw it right to Beam.
He threw it pretty much right to him.
Beam didn't have to do much.
He sat back, arch drum. He waited. He saw it, read it like a book, stepped in front of it. Great play.
Well, the problem here was, this was a telegraph play. I think actually, now that I see it, I don't put this on the quarterback. The receiver needed to make a hard cut. This was a hard post. He didn't. The defensive back was able to get right over top of that and then pick it off. It went right to him.
And he's no little fella out there, guys. He's 6'1".
Northern, the chance to knock on the door here again. Red zone. Heisey going to keep it up the middle. Heisey on his feet. And coming up to make the tackle is Ziders on Heisey, quarterback for quarterback. But there's a flag down. Let's take a look at it where it was. It's going to back the Polar Bears up. It's going to be holding.
Well, one of the things about Heisey is he's a good-sized quarterback, too, at 6'2", 200 pounds, and he tucks the ball. He becomes a running back. And again, the blocking, you're trying to wonder how he got wide open up there like that. Well, because it was a holding, so it comes back. But, again, seeing Heisey more involved in the run game has helped this offense take Shermeyer out the defense. That helped the offense even more, especially in the run game.
First and 10 for Heisey. Ball in the first and 15, ball in the 26. On the carry was Lucio.
And that was Jaden Hoover on the tackle there. So again, the defense, this East Pennsboro defense isn't, they're not giving up. They're still digging in, and they're put in some really difficult situations when it comes down to different distance and field position, and they're still coming up and playing hard.
Quick pitch, right. C.J. Wagner, ball pops out. Coming over to make that tackle, Devin Shepard. He's only a sophomore. I know you liked him. I've liked some of the plays. I got a shout out there for him right now. He's been a blue collar worker tonight.
I mean, watching your senior leader go down. Somebody has to get ready to step up. I think we're going to have a holding play coming in right this, but this calls for excellent technique, trying to get to the outside and force it back inside. And you can see it right there as he gets his hands in, as it coming out. And that ball came out. So these young guys over here, guys, are still battling. These guys are not laying down right now. They're going to fight to the end. And this is a well-coached Coach Dennis's team. I mean, his guys are going to fight to the end.
Well, penalties right now really hurting Northern. Every time they get any positive gain, they go backwards.
Heisey back to pass from the 35. Down the field, splits the middle, and Peach coming up to make a great catch. We talked about Peach being very instrumental in the last drive right before halftime when Northern went up 14-0. That's his 6th catch.
And
down
Todd,
the seam.
You talked about the seam. You talked about the seam and how it was open. And what I'm seeing is you're seeing multiple receivers split each seam, and then Heisey's having a chance at either one. So you're seeing multiple receivers that are down there.
Hey, he is a tough fella going between them seams and taking that pause. He's wearing that 80. One of my little favorite players back in the back was Wayne Quebec. Y'all remember him?
Yes.
And Don Beebe.
Well, again, you're flooding zones back there for that Northern team where they're having multiple receivers running down. In that case, you had someone on one seam and you had two on the other. And I don't know if it was designed that way, but it gave you options. So Heisey had options there, and both were open.
But it's still a hard throw. I mean, that was a dime that he laid in there.
Sure was.
And he got great time, too, from the Hogs up front. Heisey to Wagner. Wagner stepping in. And it's going to be 6 for Wagner on the left side carry. Touchdown Northern. Take a look at it again. Just got a guy in front of him, really untouched, into the end zone. Touchdown Northern.
And for Northern, I mean, they did exactly what they needed to do for East Pennsboro. Their lack of being able to sustain offense makes this score so much worse because they can't get anything done on offense at all.
Jan's point after is good. We'll be back with more. Northern 24. East Penn not on the board.
Hoffman Ford wants to trade keys with you. That's right. Give us the keys to your current vehicle, and we'll get you into a brand new Ford with great offers, like up to $13,500 off MSRP on a new Ford F-150 XLT 4x4, or 1.9% financing up to 60 months, plus $9,000 off MSRP. And get top dollar for all trades, no matter what it is. Let's trade keys at Hoffman Ford.
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
Well, the foot and there's our security team down there on the track. They're watching the game on the phone so they can get that live feed as well. So, and they're also getting a chance to see some playbacks and things like that. So we're glad that the Invictus staff, in conjunction with ABC 27, can bring this tonight and continue to bring football going into this season. Very uncertain, but we're so happy to be. And for us, week 1 here for East Pennsboro. 5-play, 21-yard drive. You saw the time, 2 minutes, 14 seconds. Heisey in his legs. Great pass to Peach. Sets up a touchdown for Wagner. East Pennsboro looking to get something going. And speaking of Peach, Peach also comes up to make the tackle on Burgos.
Well, you called it. I think the one thing is each of these players, you know, each game, you know, you look at it and you're thinking, you know, who knows when the next time I play? Because right now, across the state and across the country, games can get postponed or canceled due to COVID. So you get ready for that game. If you have the opportunity to suit up and play, that's huge. And then you have between that time and the next game, you don't know what happens with the other team. We had a Mid-Penn team, a couple of Mid-Penn games that couldn't happen because of this. So, it's a big deal.
Ziders and the East Penn Panthers looking to get something going. Back to pass. Chased. Stiff arms. Stays on his feet. Crosses the 20.
And that's what I was looking for. That he was decisive, took off. He had some jets on him, was able to get up the field and get a first down.
That's where he's effective. Flags on the play. Tom Daniels, Aaron Lewis, Ty Chrisman, Mark Pennington, and Scott Lamprey doing a great job tonight for us, our referees, umpires. Let's get our call from Scott. Going to be a personal foul against East Pennsboro, so anytime anything good happens, it's negated by a penalty, bringing the Panthers back of the Panthers up.
And again, those are hurt penalties. I mean, you finally get something going. Your quarterback goes through all that and makes a play, and then all of a sudden that comes back too. So again, that's right now the offense, the defense have done a yeoman's job to try to keep this close. The offense right now cannot get anything going, which gives you no opportunity. So again, if you can get something going, you can hype up this offense and maybe get some points on the board.
1st and 16, ball in the 17, East Pennsboro. Just riding him down defensively. Coming up to make that initial tackle, number 25 on the play. You're seeing some other guys getting opportunities to step in and make plays. Sean Charlie for Northern.
Yeah, and that defense has done an amazing job right now. I mean, this is a dominant defensive effort from this Northern Polar Bear defense. They've done so well. They've flowed to the ball so well, and more importantly, they have tackled extremely well. I mean, their tackling have been, they just wrap in perfect form tackles. So they've been working. You can tell.
3:46 to play. 3rd and 16 for East Penn. In motion. Jet sweep fake. Going to put it up in the air, looking to throw it down.
Underthrown.
Worthley underthrown. Bean's going to intercept it, crossing the 40. Still on his feet. 30. 20. On his feet, taking it back for 6. Touchdown, Northern Polar Bears.
And that was the bone breaker for East Penn. That was a backbreaker for them.
And you know, I mean, you could just sense that, Archie, that the wind was out of the sails of East Pennsboro, looking to just do something. Take a look at this play, and you see Ziders. Ziders just desperate to make a play. And that's just good coverage.
And you have to give your receiver a chance. I mean, you have to put it out there, and Ziders didn't get it out there enough, and it was underthrown ball.
One thing about it, when you make the pick, is catch the pick, and it is get to the end zone, complete the process, and he did that, guys. Pick 6, every DB's dream.
And Beam, you're talking about a cornerback that's 6'1". So you throwing it up there, he's taller than the receiver is.
Correct.
And he goes up and gets the ball at the apex.
Well, we'll take a break. Bean's interception, back 6, 46-yard return. We'll be back with more second half action after these messages.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent is Capital Region Insurance Agency, 717-731-1142.
Erie Insurance.
Well, 30-0, missed point after. 46-yard return by number 5, Zach Beam, the 6'1", 165 senior, takes back Ziders' pass 46 yards. As Archie Smith Jr. said it so well, finishing the process from the defensive back position. Coverage was great. Ball was thrown up by Ziders, and Worley was the intended receiver, and Bean had good coverage. No chance for Worthy to really catch that pass. He took it. There was a great block down at the end of the camera that I did not see, and someone laid the wood down there on the end just enough because Joshua Angelo was in pursuit to make the tackle. But look on his feet, coming the other way, trying to make a play to keep East Pennsboro in it and get something going. It's Cyrell Burgos with a good return.
And again, no quitting Burgos, so.
Hey, you got to love that. I just felt like that last drive, Archie, that the wind was taken out of the cell of East Pennsboro, and I just didn't see a sense of urgency as the clock's winding down, kind of walking into the huddle,
I mean, at this point right here, you guys you're seeing, it's like nothing is going right for you right now. But still, as a senior right now, this is my senior season, guys. We're still being able to play. And to all my guys, my freshmen, my juniors, and my sophomore, we're still being able to play. Let's still go out here and get something going, guys. We're not going to give up.
And you can't worry about the score at this point. You just got to play football and try to build on play after play.
Jet sweep. Getting all the carries now, Dakota Campbell, right side.
Picks up 5 on the play.
He's going to pick up 5. 2:57 here in the third quarter, 2nd and 5. Friday night football action. Fall. Happy to be here. Campbell in motion, rolling right. Quick pitch to Lehman. Lehman will be knocked out of bounds by Siri for Northern.
And again, the option run to perfection on that play. And you want to see more of that. And that was option to the boundary, which doesn't give you as much room, but sometimes you'll have maybe you may have a mismatch as far as numbers on that side of the field. So you still have to run it over there. So a good offensive drive right now for East Penn.
It'll be 1st and 10, East Penn. 2:31 to play here, third quarter, down 30-0. Looking to just get something, one play at a time. Getting something on the board for the Panthers. That's going to be a flag. It's going to go against East Penn. Delay game. It just there's not that pop, Arch. It just doesn't seem to be that,
And again, another positive game that's negated by a penalty.
The ball will be spotted on the 49, first 15. High snap, handled. I like this kid, Devin Shepard, with big pickup.
Yeah, the one thing Shepard gives you is he gives you another gear. He has some speed to him, but he's down. It looks like a cramp.
That's definitely a cramp. That's definitely a cramp. He was looking for one of the guys to help him out there a little bit.
And I was telling,
calf cramp.
Yeah, like we said, it's warm today, especially for football players playing on the field. I mean, up here for us, this is real comfortable for spectators.
Well, it's real comfortable, but it's also the thing, like you hit on earlier, that it is game speed. You cannot practice, you cannot prepare for what your body is going to lose or what you're going to gain when you're playing game speed, guys.
There's nothing worse than calf cramps, especially hamstring cramps. Man, it feels like somebody shot you. Campbell goes in motion. Fake the jet sweep. Counter give. And, boy, they're reading that like crazy. Arch, I mean, they're in the backfield. Northern's in the backfield. I would say scout-wise, Sam Gunning coming up to make the play, 6'3", 230. He's only a sophomore now. He was in that backfield when that play.
Well, you can see it looked like it was designed to go to the opposite side, and I think the running back ended up by being a substitute coming in. I think he's lined up on the wrong side because the quarterback handed it off to the left thinking he was going to be to that side, and he was on the other side, which gave those D linemen a free rush through there.
And that's when you generally, if you're a running back, that's generally when you get, punished, absolutely punished, when all you see is just white numbers, purple numbers on white jerseys right in front of you. Coming back, Burgos trying to make something happen. Brings all the way back to the right side, down the sideline. A lot of daylight. He will go untouched. Touchdown, East Pennsboro. Panthers are on the board. Give this kid credit. I've liked what I've seen out of Burgos all night trying to make something happen. In lieu of losing Schermeyer, Burgos, touchdown, East Penn Panthers.
Well, the one thing Burgos, like I said, the one thing he has is he has another gear. So there were some missed tackles by Northern. I mean, some significant missed tackles. They had this should have been down right there. I mean, that should have been it. But then he turns on the Jets, and once that happens, some good blocks upfield, and he goes into another gear, and it's over.
40-yard touchdown by Burgos, putting East Pennsboro on the board. They are not done yet. Got to like that. And John Deniston's team putting something on the board, showing still some fight here off of NOLA Drive. Point after is up, and it's good. 30-7. We'll be back with more third quarter action after these messages.
The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 3 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stellar Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Ram, and introducing the all-new Genesis of York. The Giambalvo family of dealerships. Over $25 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With unbeatable service after the sale, too. There's a reason the Giambalvo family has been a part of your community for decades. Find out why. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 3 great locations. Online at giambalvo.com.
Burgess, 41 yards, puts East Pennsboro on the score. Archie and I were discussing Jerome as well. We like a few things we see in some special players here in Devin Shepard, but more importantly, Burgos with Schermeyer out, ways to go opposite and get 12 the ball, but going opposite of some people in that defensive line. In
you're definitely trying to stay away from Vakiti. So he is a very athletic force that's on the right side. You can see all the big gains has been going to the left side of the defense, which is the right side of East Penn's offense. So 3 to 4 of those players that came from those guys, and also Northern has been able to get some sub in as well. But I like how they adjusted, seeing what they had, and I told you these guys are not going to lay down.
5 plays, 56 yards. Beam with the ball, looking across the 30, going to break back up and trying to find anything, a little opening there.
Well, let's see what Northern can do and answer. And again, they're in control of this game still. It's good to see the fight in East Pennsboro. And again, that blown defensive assignment, you had this stop behind the line of scrimmage, and you allow the running back to get upfield and just use the jets. And again, when you have a player with that kind of speed, Burgos just turned it on, and I was very impressed with his speed.
Zach Beam having a pretty good game tonight, too, on return specialist as well. Wagner, carry left side, and, man, he'll be pushed back. And coming up with a big tackle for East Pennsboro. Big number 70, Carter Stoop. He's a defensive tackle. He's a freshman at 6'1".
Yeah, you're
look
seeing
at his weight, 240.
Right, you're seeing a lot of, first of all, you're seeing a lot of guys are more prepared for the sport. I mean, than other years. You didn't see a lot of freshmen playing a lot years ago where they're more prepared and they're coming in with great size. I mean, some of these kids, 14, 15 years old, they're 6'2", 250, 260. You know what I mean? You're like, where are they coming from? So you do see more young underclassmen prepared to play at the high school level.
Exactly. Heisey looking downfield with plenty of time and had his receiver. If he just overthrew him a little bit, Tyler Weary, man, he was trying to air that one all out, get a big one.
Well, there's a reason for that. Jaron Boyles came from the defensive end position, and he was barreling down Heisey's neck and hit him right as he delivered the ball. So I think he felt him on that side.
12 seconds here in the third quarter. We're going to have one more play here in the third quarter. Heisey, play action, stepping up, staying on his feet, left side, being chased. And he would move the chains. He got the first down, and that'll be the last play of the third quarter. Fourth quarter action coming up. Northern 30, East Penn 7. We'll be with more on ABC 27 after these messages.
Hoffman Ford wants to trade keys with you. That's right. Give us the keys to your current vehicle, and we'll get you into a brand new Ford with great offers, like up to $13,500 off MSRP on a new Ford F-150 XLT 4x4, or 1.9% financing up to 60 months, plus $9,000 off MSRP. And get top dollar for all trades, no matter what it is. Let's trade keys at Hoffman Ford.
Hoffman has it. Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
An average day in our household is really crazy.
We're juggling a lot, so finding time for each other can be pretty tough. Mealtime definitely brings us together.
Being able to come together at the table to eat and laugh is just fulfilling to our souls.
Bon appetit.
Teach your children.
That's the time that we have together in this crazy world that is family.
CCA field trips make learning come alive.
Fourth quarter action. Heisey and crew, Polar Bears, ball. 1st and 10, ball spotted on the 43.
Number 23, Shane McNair on the carry.
On the carry will be McNair. So he picked up about 3.
Gain of 3 on the play, 2nd and 7 for the Polar
Maybe 2nd and 7 for the Polar Bears.
From the 46 yard line.
11:30 to play, ball will spot on the 46 for the Polar Bears, up 30-7 here, in full control of the fourth quarter. East Penn still showing some fight on a 41-yard scamper from Burgos, Cyril Burgos. Quick pitch to C.J. Wagner. Man, McNair's helmet got popped off, come up, and Devin Shepard put a hit on.
Yeah, I tell you,
his helmet popped off.
Yeah, this defense hasn't. They haven't quit at all. They're still playing.
McNair's just smiling about it. He's like, "I'm all right, fellas. I just got to put it back on." So it'll be 3rd and 7, 10:50. Heisey taking his time. No rush for the Northern Polar Bears. They're going to do clock, guys. I'm just anxious to see if they're just going to.
I wouldn't be surprised if they get aggressive here.
Timeout. Over there.
That'll be a timeout, but Northern will take one ourselves. We'll be right back with more after these messages.
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
Thirty to 7. Look, some fans just kind of being part of it, as we said, by the fence. I like what we're doing here in this Chevy 4x4 right here. We just got a couple guys socially distancing in the back of the pickup truck somewhat. It doesn't matter as long as you're in the family. Keep that, there, and you're behind the fence. I mean, I like it. This would be what I would do.
Hey, guys,
you got to get in any way you can.
Yes, you can, guys. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I mean, they're watching a good game. They're watching the hometown team, so great seats.
Heisey. Dump off to Peach. Peach, it's incomplete. Peach has been really now his favorite receiver, so to speak, in this game. Peach has had some pretty good plays. Clock running. Man, and I'm just, more importantly, guys, prayerful is the best word. Just prayerful that our nation sees just this COVID and some of the unrest and some of the things just, changing so that we can just continue to get back to what we love so much and just where everybody's welcome into a stadium again. Right. Cheerleaders, band, and everybody depends on this. Like boosters depend on being able to have people to sell hot dogs for. That's how you buy jerseys and all kinds of different things for football-wise. We want to see this continuing. Just happy, though, to be able to call this game tonight. Fair catch?
Minute by minute, hour by hour, and day by day, and week by week. As you can see, last week, guys, we couldn't even come in. It was no fans. It was just the band and cheerleaders. So this week, we were able to see a couple of parents be able to get some tickets in there. So maybe next week, who knows what it can be again next week. So seeing progress going around, but I'm just happy that we're able to bring this game for all the parents and the supporters who wasn't able to attend tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Archie, you said it very well. Just, again, we've had so many good years together. Being able to have the opportunity to call football, and we're getting this chance tonight, so very thankful for that. Northern 30, East Penn 7. Great sportsmanship shown tonight by both teams, both clubs. Hats off to both coaching staff to get their players ready for this game. Crossing the 25. Is Devin Shepard.
And again, I think what East Pennsboro needs to do now is just, again, not worry about the score, that you start to build for the next game. So you want to, it's the first game of the season. You're down 30-7 in the fourth quarter. Of course you want to try to come back and you want to try to do everything you can to win, but you can't advance yourself for the next week unless you put together some good drives like you're doing here. You're moving the ball right now. That's what you want to do because you have to get yourself ready for next week.
Andrew Ginrich coming up to make the tackle. Carry was Devin Shepard. Shepard starting to get cut. I don't know. Another player down for East Pennsboro on that offensive line. You don't want to lose those big guys up front. Well, we're hoping. Well, Jerome, you know what time it is, Jerome. What everybody waits for. Your favorite time of the night.
Oh, it's the hit parade.
The Invicta Hit Parade. Jerome, take it away.
Yes. Well, like I said, when you come into games, I don't care what level you are. You want to see some big hits. You want to see some people crowding to the ball. And right there you see Northern with the host coming to get a tackle right there. Up the middle, you think you're going somewhere? No, you go into a brick wall. That's what happens. East Pennsboro bringing the pain on defense. And then you see on the other side, guys are flying all over the place making tackles, and that's exactly what you need. East Pennsboro, you want to come up the middle? No, not up my middle. You get it. You get it. You get it. You get it. You hit the wall. And again, quarterbacks, Heisey, you want to fade back to pass? You want to throw a pass? Oh, what happens? You get licked on the side. The hit parade is coming. It's bringing the pain. And we have to do it again. It's so good you do it twice. You have to see it twice. Or, matter of fact, bring it a third time. Zeters, quarterback on the defensive side, comes up and makes the hit parade is on target today.
We want to thank Invicta, our crew, our staff tonight for bringing this game. That was the Invicta Hit Parade. Ladies and gentlemen, check out Invicta online. Bringing all these great sporting events here on ABC 27. It's not just football, it's lacrosse, it's many other sports. So our Invicta Hit Parade tonight. Jerome, we love the excitement that you bring for the Hit Parade. 9:29 to play, 1st and 10. Give, Shepard. Right side. Wrestled down, coming up to make the play, 72. A.J. Vell, the junior, for Northern. And 57 with the assist as well, Hunter Fitterling. 2nd and 8, 9:07 to play. Northern in the commanding lead here, 30-7 in this opening of the Colonial Division. Colonial Division looks a lot different with Waynesboro, East Pennsboro, Northern, Susquehanna Township, Greencastle, Antrim. So tonight, Susquehanna Township was on the road playing Greencastle tonight. Northern on the road playing East Penn in this Colonial matchup. Quick pitch to Burgos. Burgos has nowhere to run this time, and Northern read that one like a book. And I think it was just a late decision and a late pitch.
And there was really nowhere to go with that. I mean, there was just too much penetration from the defense on that play. So, but you do bring up the division and how different the Colonial is. You know, you have East Pennsboro that joins it from the Capital. So they're done with those league games against Steel High and Milton Hershey and some of those teams, and they come to this division. And then you have Susquehanna Township and Mechanicsburg come from the Keystone to this division. And to me, this Capital division got stronger without a doubt, and that's what you want. You want your division to get stronger because that'll give you a better competition to get you to the playoffs. But it's going to be more competitive for both of these teams.
Have to throw it out of bounds. It's going to be intentional grounding on Ziders. Coming up, guys, stay tuned for our giant post game, our Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game, and our Huffman Ford player of the game. All this in our post game report with Archie Smith Jr., Jerome Presley. Coming up, don't go away. East Penn down 30-7, and that was intentional grounding going against Ziders and the Panthers. Backing them up.
And Todd, you were talking about Coach Denniston, who was the former assistant coach at Central Dauphin. And you're figuring he's in his first season here, and he wants to bring that same pedigree that you saw at Central Dauphin.
Right.
I'll tell you, that Central Dauphin team has now propelled themselves to be one of the elite teams in the state in 6A football. And now you want to see him bring a little bit of that here and put his own spin on this. So in his first season, one of the things you see in them is there's no quit already in East Pennsboro. So I really want to see how he is able to grow this program over this year and beyond.
Look at total yards tonight. Northern 219, East Penn 132. Dakota Campbell's punt almost blocked, but he got it off. Northern with the ball. 7:46, a lot of time here.
And Todd, how much of that 132 came on one run by Burgos?
Well, yeah, 41 of a big chunk of it right away. I mean, they were minus 12 at halftime rushing yard-wise. And, Burgos got something going. Remember, loss of Jacob Schermeyer, number 34, senior at 5'10", 190. All of us hated to see that, and I know for the East Pennsboro fans, I mean, that's a big loss, especially defensively for East Penn. I thought when he was there defensively, they were holding check with Northern. Many on his play. They had 7 tackles for losses when he was in the game. Up, making a nice play, making a nice tackle. Up the middle is number 59, and that is Dominic Weaver, the senior for East Pennsboro. 7:31 to play.
And again, if you look at what East Pennsboro has done defensively, the yardage is not blowing your socks off what Northern did. Their defense has held when it came to yardage. It just hasn't held up when it came to the points. And I think a lot of that had to do with the momentum. It was like a balloon losing air. Over time, you were put in bad situations and you couldn't keep them out of the end zone. and those bad situations where they were getting the ball in your half of the field, and they were able to do short field drives on you. So, you know, you have something to build on if you're East Pennsboro from this game defensively. That 30-7 score is a little bigger than what the game actually was, based on those those abilities for Northern to score pretty quickly.
3rd down and 11, 6:35. Heisey down the field, incomplete, thrown behind his intended receiver, number 22, Malucio, and then down on the play. You'll take a look at that player. I just missed that number as Northern has a player down. We'll take a break. We'll be right back after these messages.
The Jet Giambavo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 4 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stadler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Genesis of York, and Giambavo Hyundai of Hanover. The Giambavo family dealerships. Over 30 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale. Giambavo is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jet Giambavo family of dealerships. 4 great locations. Online at giambavo.com.
Here, 4th quarter action, 6:31 to play, Northern 30, East Penn 7. Hunter Herzog coming off the field, getting some assistance. We want to hope that he's all right. The linebacker, 5'10", 190-pound senior. Hopefully he'll be okay.
Yeah, we never want to see injuries. I mean, again, those injuries are inevitable in the sport, but you never want to see them.
Jan set to punt.
You got to get that ball.
You got to come up and get it. Really, right now, I mean, that's one thing we take that away. If we're going into East Penn locker room, we're going to talk about coming up and making that play, because I mean, you're going to pick up 10 before those guys are there to catch it on the run.
Wortherly he's not even trying to get the ball. I mean, how many returns have we seen where he's not even attempting to return? He's just kind of standing back there, and every time East Penn is losing yardage each time. Even if you fair catch it, you're gaining 10 to 15 yards from what you've been starting at right now.
Well, East Penn's facing a pretty hungry Polar Bear defense here tonight. 10 tackles for losses for Northern, 2 INTs, and one of those INTs is a pick 6 by Beam, taking it 48 yards into the end zone. So this team has gotten pretty hungry defensively from the start. This is a guy, Burgos, has made some things interesting. He had a 41-yard touchdown. Cruz will run him out of bounds for Northern. 6:11 to play here in the 4th quarter.
And that's the thing. Burgos has some jets on him. You know, he gets that edge, and he's able to get upfield pretty quickly. So Northern have to keep an eye on him and make sure they keep him bottled up.
One of the things that Archie and I talked about too, Jerome, you probably went on it, is you go back into, you don't go and change your whole game plan, but you go back into your offensive package. You take a look at maybe with the loss of Schermeyer, no matter, I mean, he looks like he's over there, unfortunately, on crutches right now, and that is sad to see. What do you do coming out of week 1? Well, one of the things is, like, you got guys like Shepard, and a couple of those guys are a little bit quicker. Maybe you put them in bunches and you put them in trip options and you throw and try to get them in bubble screens, just ways to get balls outside of.
Well, the issue with that, though, is it has to be a part of your offense. You don't have time to make changes. You know, you can make additions here and there and some tweaks here and there. But remember, these guys have been practicing and getting themselves ready for the season with their offense. So many times you don't do in-season offensive changes. You try to do additions, or you figure out how much of the playbook you can grow. Most of the playbook isn't even established right now for many of these teams. So you can add to it, but you're not going to change tons of the concepts of what you're playing, or just put a different offense in.
And to piggyback on what you're saying, you can see they having their receiver back at running back now. So now he's showing them a different change of speed, pace back there.
Yeah.
Plus he's real shifty and change of direction.
Right.
So guess what? When I come into practice next week, I look at more different packages, like you said, Todd, different ways to see that can we give him more touches, because with Schumacher going down,
he's going to get touches.
Yes, this has opened up the door for a lot of these guys to get more touches and to show what they got as well.
Yeah.
And, you know, the way you get them touches is more importantly, you know, I mean, tonight they've had a hungry defense. Like we said, Travis Sparks, our statistician tonight, we really appreciate all his hard work putting in the effort for us every Friday night. But Northern, 10 tackles for losses, 2 INTs, and 1 pick six. This is a hungry defense. It's hard to run against that front line. We got Twins split out to the right. Zeider's going to put Burgos in motion. He's going to roll to his right, looking downfield for those guys. And Burgos was open for a split second. Peach and Cruz on the actual coverage. He had to give Burgos a chance. He took a chance with it.
Yeah, I mean, that was just, you know, he threw it right out of bounds, though. There was, you know, you didn't give him a chance at all to catch it. But again, you got to get that ball out in front of your receiver and give him an opportunity to run under it. I'm just not sure if you know, if the quarterback has that kind of arm to do that, especially on a run.
He also had a check down receiver that could have, you know, went for at least 8 to 9 yards. Who knows?
And a first down potentially.
That's coming, as we know, left side. Burgos wrestled down.
And that's the one thing that Burgos, you know, with all his speed and shiftiness, in between the tackles runner. He's not an in between the tackles bruiser that's going to run the ball 30 times a game. You know, he's going to give you those quick bursts. But since that touchdown run, which that was a missed tackle that turned into a big run, you haven't seen him be able to really get anything going in the ground game.
Nate Deller on the tackle. 5:20 to play here, fourth quarter. Stay tuned for our post-game report coming up right at the end of this game. Quick pitch, Burgos. Burgos trying to find a hole. Trying to bounce outside, staying on his feet. Crossing the 40-yard line, wrestled out of bounds by Cruz for Northern.
Now, he is a guy that if you miss a tackle, exactly, that's where he gets you. Because his speed, you miss a tackle, and we saw that on the touchdown, he gets up the field very, very fast.
I mean, I like to play offensive coordinator, guys. You know that. I'm sitting by 2 defensive guys who, both in your high school days, too, also played both ways as well. But I like to think about, okay, I've got this speed receivers. Can I go no backs? Can I go bunches? Can, you know, all those types of things and ways. I would be surprised John Jennison and his staff talking about that coming next week because, unfortunately, the game of football, losses happen with injuries, and then you've got to look at different things that are happening. Boy, look at defense, still very stingy left side.
But you can add things. You're not going to change the play.
You're not going to change it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you can add some things here and there. And again, you definitely have – most of these teams have so many different variables to their playbook that they can continue to add on to. And now you have this injury potentially. You don't know what that's going to do for you for Schermeyer. So, you know, you may have to look at how you're going to get through this season depending on what his situation is with what you have.
Harrison Lehman is the downed Panther. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with more information and more game after these messages.
CCA field trips make learning come alive.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action. Northern in commanding lead here, 30-7, 4:52. Our down player was Harrison Lehman. He got up and walked off on his own, so that's good to see. Zeider's the quarterback coming back in East Penn here. 4:41 to play, second and 11. Ball spotted on the 39-yard line. Twin receiver split out right, got the tight end lined up tight right side. 2 backs in motion. Rolling to his left, being pursued, firing it down the field, and it's going to be incomplete. Cruz is going to pick it off. And, you know, it was just telegraphed, and Cruz had good coverage. He was completely in front of the receiver, and the ball's thrown and hit number 6 right in his stomach.
Telegraphed into double coverage. And that's the problem. He's just throwing it up there for grabs, and you have one receiver route, which he's double coverage. There's only, it looks like, one receiver that's even in the route. And what I think what we're seeing in this situation is Zeters doesn't have that kind of arm yet. I mean, he's not someone that's just going to air it out and have that power arm back there. So he's probably better with more mid-range than these deep balls that they're chucking up there that's getting picked.
Well, we're getting some new substitutions in for Northern. Quarterback now is Timmy Bonin. He's a senior, getting some fourth quarter action here to play. McNair on the carry. Tate McNair is a 5'10", 135-pound junior on the carry in the game. Some of the offensive linemen still staying the same. Changes all around here. Also entering the game, number 39, Andrew Hackett. He's a lefty. He's going to put it up. Pass complete to Cole Lamb. And Northern likes it from the sidelines. Hey, the last 4 pass plays by Northern are put up in the air by East Penn has been 3 INTs. So they put it up 4 times and
they're all similar. And they're all similar. They're these deep balls that are underthrown that the defensive back 2 of them were deep balls that were thrown that the defensive back got. The other was just thrown right to him with a receiver didn't run a full route on it, and the pick happened.
As you can see, guys, you see some of the younger guys are coming in and getting some play, getting some rep right now. You can see the starters and the seniors are cheering these guys on as well, man. That's when you got the camaraderie that's going on in the team. This COVID has created such a deeper brother and bondhood amongst the players because there is just them.
Yep.
And you can see it going on from all around on both teams.
Hackett, right side.
Yeah, anytime you get a chance to get your younger guys in, it's a win, what I mean, for your team. And you're East Pennsboro, you've been battling against the starters, and then then Northern brings in some of these young guys who just itching to get a part in the stat sheet. So they're coming in with a lot of energy.
Yes, sir.
That was Joe McClintock, as you're saying that. He's only a sophomore getting the game, got a carry, number 31. Bonin under center. Bonin going to roll left. Get him opportunity to put the ball up a little bit. He's keeping it himself. Running down the sideline, across the 20-yard line. He's ready to put a little bit of a series together for himself, the senior.
Yeah, you want to get in the stat sheet.
Timmy Bonin saying, wait, let me scratch. 2:24 to play.
10th grader.
Bonin's a 5'10", 10th grader. Correction on that. You're right, Archie. I said a senior. Sophomore.
I've been looking and rooting for my young guys. We have another switch at quarterback.
We're going to bring everybody in here tonight. Lane Hose coming in at 5'10", 155-pound junior. Going to get some action here under center. Quick pitch right. High pitch handled by Tate McNair. McNair staying on his feet. He don't want to come down either. Hey, wait a minute. He's like, I know that end zone's pretty close, so I might scratch here, fellas. 2:12 to play here in the fourth quarter. Northern trying to put another one on the board with some reserves, getting opportunities to play here tonight. And they're hungry as well. I mean, like, you never know. When people go down, you get that depth chart 2 deep, 3 deep. If you're third, fourth guy, sophomore, getting that JV time and coming in getting a little varsity time early on, nothing but progression and moving forward in 2nd and 4. McNair. McNair just shy of the 10-yard line. And the chains will move for Northern with 1:36. They won't really have to do too much more after this, but the clock is stopped. It should be running now. I think the clock will start right now, 1:34. Ball spot on the 11. Call it 10 then. 1:20. McNair's going to be untouched. Touchdown! He comes off the bench. Number 40 scratches and gets Tate McNair gets a touchdown. The 135-pound 5'10 junior, and I don't know if he got a cramp, but he went down after that. Northern on the board again.
And again, you get these young guys. They want to get in the stat sheet, and McNair gets up the field, gets in the end zone. So hopefully he's all right, though.
McNair is showing us that he might be the future of Northern here. Look at him running hard.
Yeah, I'm still not sure what happened.
I don't know if he just landed weird or just
he's
trouble getting up right now. He had 10-yard scampered for a touchdown untouched. We hope he's okay. Hopefully it's just a cramp, or I don't know if he turned his ankle or if his spike dug into
the good thing is, as he's walking, he's getting a little better. So
he's smiling, but he's quick. He might be the future here. Might get that action next year. Let's take a look at it. Just runs right behind his fullback. Really can't tell from there. 8-play, 46-yard drive, and time was 3:11. We'll take a break.
Hoffman Ford wants to trade keys with you. That's right. Give us the keys to your current vehicle, and we'll get you into a brand new Ford with great offers, like up to $13,500 off MSRP on a new Ford F-150 XLT 4x4, or 1.9% financing up to 60 months, plus $9,000 off MSRP. And get top dollar for all trades, no matter what it is. Let's trade keys at Hoffman Ford.
Hoffman has it. Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
Well, welcome back. 37-7 here. 1:10 to play in the fourth quarter. Getting on the board from 10 out is number 40, Tate McNair, with the touchdown for Northern, as the reserves come on and put a nice drive together.
Yeah, and again, Northern, you get those young guys in. They want to score touchdowns. They're not sitting here trying to, not get a chance. So they come in, and they come in with a lot of energy, and another opportunity for them. And again, East Pennsboro will have to look at this game, see what went down this week, what they can do, weather some of the injuries they've had, and figure out what they can do to try to build off of this game with their offense that just could not get anything going from the beginning. Even with Schermeyer in the game, the offense struggled.
Yeah. Mason Yawn. Burgos is back there now. Burgos has said, I'll come up and take it. Crossing the 25. I give him a lot of credit tonight. He's come up and played pretty well. The only touchdown on the board from that guy right there from 41 out. He's done a really good job for the East Penn Panthers.
He gave him a different element to the
sure
game.
did.
A little bit of speed. Unfortunately, that one run was his highlight. I mean, there was really no other sustained drive or sustained runs from him, but he did get positive yardage at least. So I think he's one of those guys that's a good change of pace. I don't know if East Pennsboro can ride with him as far as the every down running back, banging in there 30 times a game type of runner. He's not that type of runner.
Well, it's going to be a timeout. We'll take a break. We'll be back right after these messages.
An average day in our household is really crazy.
We're juggling a lot, so finding time for each other can be pretty tough. Mealtime definitely brings us together.
Being able to come together at the table to eat and laugh is just fulfilling to our souls.
Bon appetit.
That's the time that we have together in this crazy world that is family.
Well, like I said, there's football tonight here on the NOLA Drive, and there's a good seat right under the tree there for tonight's action right off there. For the Panthers, if you can't get in, we'll stay right outside there and just spread out. That's something might be able to be done and seen across the nation here, maybe just outside of the fences. I don't know what can be said.
And I think you're seeing a lot of some of the northern families doing that. They drove up to the game, and they're outside of it, outside and able to get up a seat outside the fence and watch the game.
Any way you can see your kids.
And the weather's, like I said, it's been very good for spectators. And right now it's probably pretty good for players at this moment. But to start the game, it was a little humid, a little hot.
Yeah, I would agree, Jerome. That was a face mask personal foul call against the Northern Polar Bears.
Now the ball hit 15 yards on the first down.
So East Penn also clearing the sidelines a little bit, get some more guys some opportunity. Caden Holmes was the ball carrier, sophomore. Holmes again, on the right side. Quick, getting out of bounds.
Caden Holmes on the carry again, tackle out of bounds.
And we got a new quarterback too. I think it's Oates in for. See that who they have. So it's Keith Oates, the freshman. He's 5'10", 165. Getting an opportunity to get some snaps in here with the Panthers. Also, Nathan Seffrin.
And this is big for him, guys, being the freshman, being able to take his first varsity snaps.
Holmes gets a yard, and Cade Kitts comes up and makes a tackle for the Polar Bears. Got 18 seconds. This might be the last play if they get one off here, if they're going to even try. They're not going to have time to get this one off. And that's going to be the game. Northern 37, East Pennsboro 7. Let's stay right here for all our game highlights. Northern York commandingly winning by 30 tonight over East Penn. Game started out a bit slow, but then got going. Northern got going on the legs of Heisey and the arm of Heisey, and they put some nice drives and a beautiful 47-yard kick right before half, giving them all the momentum. Mason Young put a 47-yard kickoff, went up 17-0. So in our giant post-game report, joined by Archie Smith Jr. here in the booth and Jerome Presley. Guys, 37-7. Right at half, we were still talking about this game being really close, and we're going to look at our play of the game. So take a shot at this. This is our Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game, and it's right here. Looking downfield, trying to make something happen, but Beam says no, takes the ball back 47 yards for the pick six for Northern, and they had 3 INTs on the night. And our Huffman Ford player of the game, guys, I mean, he really started the whole thing off for Northern tonight, and that was he was a little inconsistent with his passing early in the first quarter, but then we know that Jordan Heisey got things going, and he's our Huffman Ford player of the game. Archie, take it?
I mean, he showed poise early as making mistakes. He made his first mistake after the first pick of the game. Then he just settled down throughout the game. He didn't only not do it in the air, he also did it in his legs. And then once the defense, Jerome, started to see him and started to plan for him running the ball up the middle, he did it with his arms. Throwing those nice diamonds between the seam is a very hard pass, and he excelled at it tonight, guys.
And I look for him to improve in his passing game,
Correct.
too. I mean, he shows that he can run the ball. Northern definitely has a lot to work on coming out of this game.
Correct.
I mean, their passing game was not what it needed to be, but they'll have a chance to work on that.
Guys, our next broadcast brought to you by Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. Guys, we got an old one October 2nd, 7 o'clock, Middletown. The Raiders, still high rollers. Folks, we love that. We rated next to, I would think, Harrisburg's concession stand. Remember the Rollers concession stand in the chicken corn soup? The kibasi over there, we can't have that, but we got that throwback, Archie. Middletown still high. We're going to take a look at our remaining schedule for more games. Just so happy to be able to look at that. October 9th, a big one, McDevitt at Cedar Cliff. Guys, you know that's always been a special one. So we'll go back down to Northeastern and Central York, and then Hershey Lower Dauphin, a nice rivalry matchup. Cedar Cliff Central Dauphin. And we'll have the backyard brawl or the war between Cedar Cliff, the West Shore War. We call it Cedar Cliff Redland. November 6th, we'll be playing just shy a couple weeks of Thanksgiving. That's our remaining Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency games here tonight. Northern comes away with a 37-7 victory. On behalf of our statistician Travis Sparks, we thank him tonight. Archie Smith Jr., Jerome Presley, doing their thing night in, night out. Our Invicta crew, we thank the ABC staff as well. This game's brought to you tonight by the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency and all of our sponsors, Huffman Ford, Capital Region Insurance Agency, Giant Foods. We want you to have a great night. Enjoy college football tomorrow. We'll be next week, Steel High, Middletown. That's it for the night. Have a great night.